KJFM Radio, your all-time station. It's Friday night. The Eagle 102 High School football game of the week is on the air. Tonight's tonight's best 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 tonight.
And welcome to the Eagle 102 High School football game of the week here from Mark Twain High School on Friday the 13th, and it starts with the scare, apparently.
Yeah.
Mark Fronick, Marianne Everhart, and we're getting ready for the Bowling Green Bobcats tonight as they take on the Mark Twain Tigers here in week number 3. Bowling Green unexpectedly 0-2 at this point of the season, and Mark Twain comes in even at 1-1 through the first 2 weeks of the season, Marianne.
They do. At the first game of the season, I think, Bowling Green came out, was probably disappointed with the loss to South Shelby. Unfortunately, let's try this again. Apparently, Friday the 13th is kicking in on us, and we'll try that entrance again. We did really well, but really well. Apparently, we couldn't quite hear the intro because, that's just how things go.
Yeah.
So we talked about Bowling Green coming in 0-2 on the season. I think they were pretty disappointed with the loss of South Shelby, but Bowling Green had so many key, not only injuries out, but other things going on that, they had a young quarterback step up in Nick Brakefield. He did a fantastic job for the position he was put in. Some injuries from the beginning of the year kind of are playing still through to it, but now tonight, and we'll talk to Coach K here in just a few moments, the tide should be turning for the Bobcats this evening.
Yes, they're getting healthier.
Yes.
If that's even a way to look at it. But, South Shelby, a 4-point game in week 1. Last week they were in the Palmyra game for a lot longer than a 34-14 score really shows. And then Mark Twain, they beat Louisiana in week 1, 26-0, but fell last week to Milan, 52-20. So they're kind of coming off a torched week.
Yes.
As far as that goes. In their home opener last week. So now in the second of back-to-back home games for the Tigers, they get Bowling Green, who comes in with probably a chip on their shoulder.
They do. But, with Mark Twain, they also have several injuries that we'll tackle on here in just a little bit as we have the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show coming up.
The pharmacist, about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, you are always welcome. Just
Can you hear the ads? Yeah.
see on the square in Bowling Green.
You can now check your cash flow on the go with Bank of Louisiana. Helping you.
Yeah, it's hitting that twice. Is he there or?
You can check balances.
Yeah, he's gonna have to and it wasn't doing that until we went on the air, so it must be coming back through my computer or something and hitting it. I don't know why it would do that. Is he taking it? And welcome back to the Eagle 102 High School football game of the week. Got some, new position tonight.
We do. And it seems, and we talked about it before, it is Friday the 13th. There's a full moon tonight. All the law enforcement out there, all the people working in the hospitals, we are concerned about your safety, so be safe this evening.
Even the clouds look a little spooky here. The sun hasn't gone down yet. We don't see the full moon, but even the clouds look a little spooky.
Well, Mark, we touched on it a little bit before about, Mark Twain coming in with some injuries. One of their big injuries is Jace Barton, and he had a lot of people talking last year. Great player. He is on the sidelines as well this evening, so that has to affect the way Mark Twain's, their game plan going into the season, much like, everybody else who has a ton of injuries this year.
Yeah, but and Coach will talk about it. The injuries they've had since the beginning. So
yeah, he said one of them was like first day of practice, and he also mentioned to us, this is Coach Asbury told us that were kind of struck with the flu bug, kind of sort of a stomach bug, so they're playing a little on the injured all the way around.
I've heard of that thing going around the region recently, but luckily it hasn't affected me yet.
Yeah. Hey, thanks. We need to knock on some wood.
There's plenty of it in here.
Talking about injuries, we can talk about Bowling Green just a little bit. They're still missing some key players. Hayden Finley's still out with the broken arm. I understand that he's looking to get a hard cast put on and hopefully be back in a week or two. Drew Bowen still out. We've got Ethan Everhart out this week. He suffered a knee injury at Palmyra last week. Tristan Charlton he talked to us a little bit before the game. He's still sitting on the sidelines, but hoping to be back in a week or two. So still several key players out for both teams. And it seems to be across the board this year, Mark.
And at least we're talking about a team that has some numbers that that can put some kids in those spots. If those type of injuries hit a Louisiana or a Van Far, that'd be it.
Yes. In fact, we had the opportunity to talk with Dr. Todd Smith and middle school principal Bobby Spoonster, and happened to be listing off the injuries around the area. And both of them said, that would take care of Louisiana season. And as you mentioned, Van Far has a lot of the same numbers as Louisiana. So
I think they dressed like 17 last week or something like that at Louisiana on their way to victory. But let's talk about this a little bit. Bowling Green has won the last two meetings between these two teams, and two of the last three. Last year was a 35-14 victory for the Bobcats, a game in which Austin Callahan had an 89.9 QB rating, completing 5 of 12 for 73 yards and a touchdown. He also rushed for 2 scores in that ball game, so he had a big night against the Tigers.
He did, and I'm not going to lie to you, Mark. I can't remember much about last year, but let me tell you about 2 years ago. Coach K, it was his first year here with us. He was sitting right where we were because he had the ACL injury, and the doctors told him, we're going to do this surgery, but you have to stay in the press box. Of course, those of us who were sitting in the stands across the way knew that probably wasn't going to happen. For those who may not recall the game, Mark Twain came out and put up, I think it was even 2 early touchdowns, if not 1, but definitely 2. And it was halfway through the first half. And, Bowling Green called the timeout. Coach Chin's going over some things with these boys. Boys are kind of looking a little defeated. They head out, coming back to the field, and all of a sudden there's another timeout. And those of us over in the stands were like, why is Bowling Green calling a timeout consecutive? No. Next thing you know, you see Coach K on crutches come hauling across the field, yelling at the boys to come to him. Well, as he was watching the time tick down, or go to the sidelines, as he's watching the time tick down, he's like, no, you all come here. He basically told them that they needed to get it together. The boys rebounded and didn't let Mark Twain score again and got a win.
Fantastic. Kind of a moment where I saw him, the initial injury, I saw him get hurt again at Palmyra that year. It was just a bad year for Coach K, and now you got early on the knee card out there with the foot injury, and just come on, man. The players are supposed to be the ones that are hurt, not the coaches.
I know.
We need a healthy coaching staff for 1 year at Bowling Green. Other action around the area tonight, Clopton-Elsberry 1-1 will host North Callaway. They're also 1-1 on the season. Louisiana 0-2 at Brentwood, 1-1. Brentwood, St. Louis, just outside the city limits. So
yes,
that's going to be a tall task for the Bulldogs. Van Far 1-1 at 1-1 Wright City tonight, and it's always tough to go down to Wright City and pick up an EMO win.
Well, it's tough to go to Wright City for regardless of anything. That location is just not convenient. It's you would think it'd be nice. It's just off 70. Yes, but sometimes just getting there is a pain. But yes, so
and those fans aren't the friendliest once you get there.
Something like that. Other conference games you were talking about, South Callaway at Montgomery County. Interesting to see how that goes. Bowling Green will host Montgomery County next week for homecoming. Now, they graduated a bunch of talent, but South Callaway, from what I understand, did some redistricting of their schools, so some of their players end up having to move to, like, Fulton. So.
Yeah, so, they're still going to be well-funded, that's for sure. They're still going to look nice out there. Some other games of interest, Palmyra hosting Centralia, Pleasant Hill at West Central, Pittsfield versus Maroa Forsyth, and a lot of other action we'll update you on as the evening goes along.
We will also pass along some softball scores as we have Bowling Green hosting South Callaway, and Silex, off the top of my mind, just went blank there, also hosting that game. So we'll give you some scores on that as well. The Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show will continue next here on Eagle 102.
Your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Todd Watts Realty, Calumet of Missouri, and Bowling Green Insurance.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Making the decision to purchase a home is a big step for anyone. There are a lot of questions, as you're probably wondering which type of mortgage is the best fit for you. Bank of Louisiana offers many mortgage options to assist you in financing the purchase of your home. Our experienced mortgage staff is ready to match you to the best mortgage options to get you into that home that you want. Call or stop by 101 South 3rd Street in downtown Louisiana to see how we can help you with your funding needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 525630.
The human body can run like a well-oiled machine, but just like machines, they occasionally need attention. A lot of times because of accidents, injuries, or even general wear and tear, the body breaks down. That's where Pike County Memorial Hospital's physical and occupational therapy services can get you back to normal, daily activities. Don't let pain keep you from enjoying life. Let the team at PCMH focus on your recovery so you can focus on what matters to you. Pike County Memorial Hospital, community-owned, nationally known.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And welcome back to Mark Twain High School. Week 3 action just about 18 minutes away here from the home of the Tigers as they host the Bowling Green Bobcats. Tigers 1-1 on the season. The Bowling Green Bobcats 0-2 so far in the 2019 campaign. Like we said off the bat, they come in with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. Maybe they can get a little swagger back with their starting quarterback, Austin Callahan, back in the fold tonight, running the offense, an offense that has been kind of punchless the first 2 weeks of the season.
Well, you know, people have talked about it a lot. Austin Callahan is a very athletic. He has a great build for a football player, but the key with him from the quarterback position, and I think just about any coach would tell you, whether the decision's right or wrong, he's very quick at making a decision. If he doesn't see what he likes, he is able to scramble, and that helps the Bobcats a lot. Now, Nick Brakefield, who was in, he's kind of more of a, people call a pocket quarterback. He wants to throw the ball, and, sometimes by the time he realizes he can't get it there, it's even too late for him to scramble. So I'll be anxious to see how Austin gets back in the groove this evening. We know he's been practicing, but, it's a lot different when you've got different linemen coming at you.
That's true. That's very true. And different set of linebackers on those blitz packages for our Mark Twain. But I think, like you said, he's a very smart, athletic kid in there. And his check down game, whether it be going to the run or checking down to another receiver, his decision making is, like you said, quick and decisive. He's not out there him-hawing about something. He's going to let it fly.
And let's be honest, Mark Twain's not a team that plays around. They definitely are ready for this. That they've watched this the last 2 years. They know basically what to expect out of Austin Callahan, and they're going to be ready. I mean, Coach Asbury told us, even offensively, I know we're kind of switching gears here. Offensively, they don't even know what they're going to go with yet because they have to wait and see what Bowling Green's going to bring out.
And they still don't have that Clarence Cannon Conference smell off them yet.
Yes.
They still kind of play that style. It's tough on the opposing offense, and they like to pound it out of a 2 running back set on offense for Mark Twain. So we'll take another quick break here on the pregame show and have more from Mark Twain after this on Eagle 102.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 Keys to the Game.
Keys to the Game on KJFM, brought to you by Bowling Green Chevrolet. The next time you need keys to a new vehicle, you just drive up to Champ Clark Drive, visit with Dave and the gang, and they will hook you up with a new vehicle, new or used vehicle. Bowling Green Chevy.
And I think the key is the #1 key for both teams is to establish the run game early. And it's for very, very different reasons. I think if Bowling Green can establish the run game, it's going to open up their passing game.
Absolutely.
If Mark Twain fails to establish a run game, that's going to force them into passing situations, which I don't think is a big strength against a secondary like the Bobcats.
Well, here's the key. We've talked about Austin Callahan being back at the quarterback position, but what we have not touched on is him being back at the safety position. You know, for several years, we've seen him pick off passes left and right. So that is key there as well.
So, yeah, big time. The run game, very important for both of these teams, and the #1 key on both sides of the ball, just for very different reasons.
Absolutely.
Tonight.
I agree with you completely. So that's your Keys to the Game, brought to you by Bowling Green Chevrolet. We've got your starting lineups and kickoff coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Are you still looking for a bank that knows you by name, offers convenient hours and hometown service? Look no further than Community State Bank of Missouri. Hello, this is Paul Hill. Our pleasant staff is here to welcome you and service all your banking needs. So stop by our office in Bowling Green or Troy and experience the difference. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you're ready to purchase your next vehicle, visit Pogue Ford in Bowling Green and enjoy your next buying experience. At Pogue, they go the extra mile to make sure you walk away with more than just a car or a truck. They'll give you an automotive home. Pogue Ford has the new or pre-owned vehicle you're looking for, and if they don't, they'll find it. Plus, they're available for all your automotive service needs. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego, power beyond belief.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
And your starting lineups for tonight for the Mark Twain Tigers offensively, they'll have the guards, number 58, Trey Monroe, he's a sophomore, and number 62, junior Gavin Robertson. The tackles, a senior, number 68, Matthias Bridges. and number 72, a senior, Philip Marty. The center is number 52, Cameron Asquith. Receivers, 2 wide receivers, 1 tight end. The wide receivers are number 10, Ryan Spoonhour, a senior, and number 24, a senior, Braden McLeod. The tight end is number 27, Ben Rule. We'll get to the rest of the starters after this on Eagle 102. And a nice job by the Mark Twain band and getting through the starters. The backfield for Mark Twain, a senior running back number 17, Avery Epperson. Also at running back number 32, a senior, Logan Perigo. And the quarterback is number 20, a sophomore, Peyton Hawkins. The defensive starters for the Bowling Green Bobcats, 3-man line at nose tackle is number 60, Braden Perez. He's a senior. And a junior, number 76, at tackle, Jacob Bowen. Defensive end, at senior, number 80, Matt McDonald. The linebackers, they are a senior, number 3, Austin Callahan. Number 17, a senior, Deontay Fleming. Senior, number 32, Gavin Dieters. And number 33, a sophomore, Charlie Bowen. The secondary, the corners, number 1, a senior, Hunter Smith. And number 57, a junior, Clay Lazier. Also, it's cornerback number 8, a junior, Nick Brakefield. And at safety is number 6, the junior, Michael Starks. And there's your starting lineups offensively and defensively for these teams.
And, Mark, I'll give you a quick update real quick because we actually have one in. As I mentioned, the Silex Lady Owls were hosting Community R6. They got the win softball-wise this evening by the score of 5-3. We'll continue updating scores for you right here as we're continuing throughout the game tonight, and, of course, on our website at KJFM-Eagle102.net, plus a full recap of scores tomorrow morning during Eagle 102 Sports beginning at 6 o'clock.
You know what's interesting about that game is Community is coached by the former Silex Lady Owl, Maddie Hankey. So there you go.
I didn't even think about that. Looky there.
Yeah, so they beat their former player tonight.
All right. Some thoughts about tonight's game as we get ready for the introductions here. Mark, what are your thoughts as the winner tonight? How does that affect them the rest of the season? Because I feel like we're starting conference play, so that makes it a whole nother ball game.
Well, I think this win means a lot more to Bowling Green at this point. They need a win here in the first 3 weeks of the season, and if they don't get it tonight, I think it's going to be a struggle the next few weeks because they kind of have that feeling growing that they kind of hear the footsteps a little bit.
Well, and then that was exactly where I was going to go with that, because at this point they've had people who says, oh yeah, they should be doing all right, but you know what, they're not winning, and all of a sudden if they feel that people are doubting them, they're going to start doubting themselves. So they need that win. They need that win that one in the win column, I think, to get them back on the right track.
And Mark Twain lost in front of their home fans last week. You don't want the home crowd to turn on you by losing the first 2 at home in a season.
That is true. So Mark Twain definitely comes in with plenty of momentum, or I guess plenty of reasons to do some damage to Bowling Green.
Yep. We'll see how it turns out. Go back to our keys to the game. I think Mark Twain needs a fast start if they're going to compete in this ball game against Bowling Green. I think a far deeper club. Just look at the numbers. Bowling Green has a third more guys rostered. I know they're not all dressed tonight,
yes.
But they do have those players out there and in the program. So I think it's going to be pretty tough for Mark Twain. Tough sledding.
Well, and speaking of Mark Twain and something that I didn't know that you informed me of is on their coaching staff, they have a familiar face.
Yeah, they got a Steve Geschwinder on loan from Wellsville.
That's quite a hike.
Yeah, they don't, about 45 minutes or so.
I know, but still, it's not just,
Yeah. But, they don't have football down there where he's employed full-time, so he comes up here. You remember a few years ago after Louisiana or would get done. When his brother
Yes.
was the head coach, he'd kind of come and do some work in postseason games. So, he loves football.
Yes,
That's
he
his
does.
number one love. And Wellsville doesn't have it, so he comes up here.
Well, that's pretty cool. I
help out with them.
We knew that teams co-opt, obviously, but did not ever think of coaches co-oping.
Yeah. I guess we could put it that way.
Yeah, we could put it that way, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of co-ops, we've got games for you tomorrow night or next week that features 2 co-ops.
Yeah.
Clopton-Elsberry will be at Van Far Community R6. That game we'll have for you right here on KJFM. Of course, you can always catch it online at KJFMeagle102.net. And Mark, we have video streaming up and going this evening.
We do. We got some of the kinks worked out of that last week at Louisiana, and we're ready to go now. We've got a couple of games in the archive and looking to build on that for the rest of the year, and hopefully from here on out on Eagle 102. Just another thing we can provide a sports-hungry community here in the area.
All right, well, let's take one more break before we head to kickoff as you are listening to the Eagle 102 Game of the Week on KJFM Radio.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Pike County Hospice is proud to be your only local, not-for-profit, county-based hospice program in the area. Hi, my name is Corey Shepard, Hospice Program Manager. Since 1993, Pike County Hospice has been serving our community's families with integrity, compassion, and respect. This new journey is not easy, and we are ready to support you and your family through this difficult time. You have the choice of who will be by your side. By choosing Pike County Hospice, it will be our honor to serve you and provide the comfort and dignity yourself and your loved ones deserve. Contact us today by calling 324-2111 or visiting our website at pikecountyhospice.com.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. We've got something for everybody's budget. Everything from $1,000 all the way up to $35,000. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. If you're looking for a particular vehicle and you don't see it on the lot or the website, let me know, and I'll do my best to find it for you. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
The Eagle 102 High School Football Game of the Week is on the air. Sponsored by
Abel's Quick Shops, Bank of Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Cellular and Satellite Center, Community State Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Quiver River Electric Cooperative, Bowling Green Chevrolet Buick, Family Drug, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Ingram Plumbing, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Mike's Tire Service, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Pike County Mutual Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, and Pogue Auto.
Now, the Eagle 102 Game of the Week.
And welcome to Mark Twain High School. Mark Froelich, Marianne Everhart here for Week 3 action between the Bowling Green Bobcats and the Mark Twain Tigers. Bowling Green on the road for the second week in a row. And Mark Twain, this is their second consecutive home game of the season. And both of them coming off a loss last week. But Mark Twain 1-1 while Bowling Green 0-2 to start the year. A couple of tough matchups against Clarence County Conference teams. Week 1, South Shelby last week at Palmyra. And they're going with the coin toss right now. Bowling Green won the toss, but will defer to the second half.
And that's something that Coach K has brought to the table for the last couple of years. He wants that second half. He wants the ball. So Bowling Green will defer it every time.
Yep, and that's kind of become not just with Coach Kevin Kriedemeyer, but for a lot of the coaches around the area. We see a lot of deferring.
Yes.
So it used to be, let's get the ball, let's get the crowd behind us. Now it's we want the ball in the second half, and the perfect scenario would be to score as time expires in the first half, then get the ball back to start the second half of the ball game.
Absolutely. Might note tonight, Mark, if you're joining us on the broadcast and on video and things of that nature, you will notice that all the coaches are wearing pink this evening. It's Coaches versus Cancer Night tonight. Mark Twain did run a fundraiser, or the Mark Twain community ran a fundraiser, so it's pink out night here as well, getting things kicked off before October, as October is officially Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
And for the second week in a row on KJFM, we're staring directly into the sun for the opening kickoff, so it's even brighter than it was at Cunningham Field a week ago. But Bowling Green will kick off, and they'll be traveling from the left to the right across your radio dial.
And it looks like we've got George Niemeyer will do the kicking for the Bobcats. He is the place kicker. The Deontay Fleming is the other kicker.
The punter.
The punter, thank you.
Yeah.
Boy.
I loved we were out on the field when Bowling Green came out of the locker room for the first time, and Coach K says, punters, kickers, punt, kick. Great instruction, Coach. You're a special teams genius.
We may have been able to take a 10-second nap there.
Oh, yeah, exactly, exactly.
So as I'm not sure what George is waiting on. If the clocks, now they're lining up. We're ready to go.
The Bobcats will kick it off to the Tigers to open up week number 3 of Missouri high school football. And the kick is away, and it goes deep. And will be fielded about the 10-yard line. And he's got room, and he's going to go all the way through the Bowling Green kick coverage, and that's number 3, Lakota Preston, and he's going to the house. Just 13 seconds in, and it's 6-0.
Pretty sure that is not what Coach Griedemeyer had in mind, but that has been a struggle for Bowling Green for years, is containing that run.
Unbelievable start to this ball game. He takes it 90 yards on the kick return to score with 11:47 to go in the opening quarter.
So Bowling Green's going to, the players on that kick have to stay at home. That's a big key. You have to stay at home. You cannot just have a nose for the ball and go for the ball. You've got to stay in your lanes, because if not, we see exactly what's going to happen.
And they'll line up for 2.
So as we mentioned, Mark Twain coming in here looking for something to prove, and they hit it right off the bat.
And they take a timeout before the 2-point conversion attempt. Mark Twain does. They didn't have the play they wanted, or Bowling Green had a defense that they didn't like, but they'll take a timeout. We'll take one too. 11:47 to go in the opening quarter. 6-0 Tigers on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Follow your area teams throughout the season in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Twin Pike Family YMCA and Kathy Clean.
Tonight's game of the week is brought to you by Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, where they have clothing that's good for your soul. Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, just off the square in Bowling Green.
The Tigers do punch in the 2-point conversion. It was a quick timeout, very quick timeout.
It was very quick.
About a 20-second timeout.
It took them less time to score.
Exactly, exactly. So they punch it in for 2 on the ground and take an 8-0 lead over the Bowling Green Bobcats before an offensive play is run in this game.
Yeah. I tell you what, that is what Mark Twain needed, though. They needed to come out and set the tone. Now the key is how will Bowling Green respond.
And it's going to take a response, and we'll see if Bowling Green can run one up the field back at them. We got, who's that, Fleming back deep?
I believe it's probably Lane Parker, and I can't see on the far side over there, that nice little glare.
George?
No. Well, maybe. See, this is that bad thing where they all have the pink socks on, too. Mm-hmm. So you can't even let me look at the socks that they've got going on. So, and, of course, Mark Twain is getting their fans all rowdy and trying to get them pumped up.
He kicks it off the side of the ball, and it's fielded about the 25-yard line and doesn't leave much room for a return, and taken down nearly immediately is Lane Parker as he crosses the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Is that where they're going to spot it? 31-yard line. So very short gain. Now they move it up to the 34 as the refs can't even see where they're at. They had to shield their eyes from the sun to figure out the spot from the far sideline. So the Bobcat offense will run the first offensive series of this game, but they trail 8-0. Callahan hands off on his first play, and a flag comes out, getting away after some miscommunication, and he's going to run for it. It's Callahan down the far side, and he fumbles the ball, and who's got it?
Mark Twain fans obviously think they have, but I'm curious to see what this flag is going to be. I have a feeling we're coming back.
They never signaled Mark Twain ball.
They didn't, but Bowling Green's already walking back, so. Yep.
It is holding against the Bobcats. I thought so.
Well, and I'm not real sure exactly, to be honest with you, Mark, what that play was. It looks like Callahan went to hand off to maybe Parker. I was trying to look in the back again, as you mentioned, we're looking into the sun. And it's like one of them either couldn't grab a hold of it, the other one wasn't letting go. Either way, like you mentioned, there was a miscommunication there, and they're going to have to get that taken care of pretty quick.
Callahan did end up keeping it, but the delay there caused the line to hold to try and give them a little extra time. And now it's going to be 1st and 20 and not the start the Bobcats wanted offensively, but at least it's not a fumble.
That is true. That is true. And we may have to shield our mics because we may hear Coach K from across the field.
It's a possibility. Tigers 8, Bowling Green nothing. 11:31 to go here in the first quarter, and they send a man in motion. That's Starks to the far side. The handoff goes up the middle, and they'll take it out to about the 29-yard line, and Mark Twain came away with it, but they said the ball was down by contact before the Pigskin scooted away.
Yeah, Bowling Green is going to have to realize they cannot have such slow starts. You know, they're going to have to get moving. You know, second down and 14, again, with 11:05 to go, and Mark Twain already on the board. They're going to have to get it together.
Back to throw is Callahan on second down, and it is intercepted at the 45-yard line by the Tigers, and finally knocked out of bounds is number 34, Landon Moss, the sophomore linebacker, dropped back into coverage, and he picks off Callahan on his first pass of the season, and boy, oh boy, the Bobcats are starting cold again.
They are, and I tell you what, you know, Callahan had a few words with the players on the sideline too. Callahan, you just got back in this ball game. You know, let's not get you back on the sidelines.
So they'll take over at the 25 of the Bobcats to run their first offensive play, and they already have a lead. 10:50 to go here in quarter number 1 from Mark Twain High School. Week 3 action on Eagle 102. Handoff on first down to the big back, number 17, Avery Epperson, and he rattles forward for a gain of about 4 and stopped at the 21. Charles Bowen on the stop for the Bobcats, and the clock runs down to 10:35.
And, you know, Charlie is just a sophomore for the Bobcats and has really stepped up in that linebacker position. You know, we talked, Mark, a lot of people talked about who's going to fill, unfortunately, Clay O'Dade's shoes. You know, and Charlie may be one of the keys that he and Clay Lazier both come in and bring a lot of energy to that linebacker position.
Yeah, and that's what they need, that maybe not just even from the linebacker, but somebody to fill that room with sound and joy. And not much here on second down. Callahan held on to the ball carrier, number 32 this time. That's Logan Perigo, the second running back to get a carry. And it's going to be 3rd and about 3, so he gained about 3.5, 4 yards on the play.
Other sponsors of tonight's game include Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, DH Electric, and Lane Boutique, and Kathy Clean.
9:35 remaining in quarter number 1. Bobcats need to stop here on 3rd and 3. A handoff again is enough for a first down as they run it to the left. Avery Epperson picks up the first down. It's going to be First and 10 from the 12 for the Tigers, but there is a flag on the play. And that came in. It's laying where the ball was spotted, right about the 12-yard line. And we'll see who it's against. The referee makes his way to the near sideline to call it. It's against the Bobcats, so it's going to be first and goal on sportsmanlike. So they'll get half the distance. It's going to be first and goal from about the 6, I believe.
I'm obviously not going to speculate as they're not putting up whose numbers that was, but I will tell you that there is quite a bit of smack talking and things of that nature going on in the backfield.
Little chatter out there. I like a little chatter.
Yeah.
But you got to play whistle to whistle.
That's right. That is right. And when the whistle blows, you've got to stop the chatter because the refs are too close to you. They'll hear it.
Go back to your huddle. So first and goal from the 6 for the Tigers, trying to add to an 8-0 lead.
You know, we talked to Coach K at the beginning of this game, and, you know, his concern was, like most people's, that Bowling Green needs to get on the board and they need a win tonight. So
they put it in the air on first down. It's caught by number 24, Braden McLeod, but not a whole bunch there. I think he actually lost a yard.
Yeah, they have a 2nd and 6, now the 2nd and 5, but I'm like you. I thought he lost yards, didn't gain any, so apparently our angle from up here isn't quite.
Yeah, I was looking to the far side where it looks like he's at the 6, but it is a gain of 1 on the play, so it's 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for the Mark Twain Tigers.
And Bowling Green's defense has really stepped up. That has been probably the highlight of their past 2 games, and this is where they need to put that back in motion tonight.
Running on 2nd down and inside the 5.
Looks like about the 1-yard line.
Avery Epperson on the carry again, number 17 for the Tigers. We got black numbers on dark blue uniforms.
Just another quick update for you. The Bowling Green Lady Bobcats softball team tonight defeated South Callaway 11-5.
The defending champs, not a bad start to the new year. 2-time defending champs. 3rd and goal for the Tigers. High snap, and it's not going to matter. They're into the end zone, a 3-yard run. Number 32 on the carry, Logan Perigo, with his first touchdown of the night. That makes it 14-0, 7:56 to go in the first quarter of this ball game. And you said it 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Mark Twain got off to a similar start.
Yeah, don't know if we need one of the guys who's on crutches to start going across the field or not to breathe some life back into the Bobcats here and get them back on track. But 14-0, and we haven't even played half. Well, about half the first quarter. No, not even half the first quarter.
About a quarter of the quarter.
They need to get it together here.
A kickoff return on the opening kick for a score, 13 seconds in. An interception of Callahan, and now the 2-point conversion good again. And it's
they're saying no good.
The quarterback had his arms up in the air like they had tacked it on, but the referee says he's short. 7:56 to go, 14-0. Tigers lead the Bobcats from the Eagle 102 High School football game of the week.
Community State Bank of Missouri is here to meet your agricultural needs. This is Earl Niemeyer. We offer a variety of agricultural loans customized to meet the demands of today's complex farm operations. Whether it's to purchase farm equipment or to pay farm operating expenses, a financial package can be developed specific to your operation. Drop by one of our convenient locations and speak with an ag loan specialist today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, equal opportunity lender.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Mutual Insurance, and Bowling Green Tractor.
Tonight's game of the week is brought to you by DH Electric. Quality work at affordable prices. They can handle any project, residential, commercial, industrial, agriculture. DH Electric in Bowling Green.
Again, the Mark Twain kicker lays the ball on its side instead of using the tee. 14-0 Tigers. 2 early scores in the first 4 minutes of this game. 4:04 to be exact. And again, he kicks it long to the near side, and it just dies, muffed, and falling on it is the
senior Lane Parker. He went down to scoop it up, and it bounced through his fingertips. So basically the only option he had was to turn around and lay on the ball to make sure that they retained possession.
Yeah, I don't like that kickoff play.
That is, I can honestly say I watch a lot of football, and I've never seen anybody lay it down to kick it. It worked well for him.
Yeah, maybe on a squib or an onside, they'll do some funky things with the ball, but just laying it right on the ground and kicking it like a soccer ball.
So now it's time for Bowling Green to see what adjustments Coach K made on the sidelines. And this offense it's just got to get going. It sounds like a broken record, but that's really all there really is to say about it. They've got to cool their jets, keep the calm heads, and move forward.
Callahan, hands off on first down. And the give goes up the middle for a gain of maybe 1 yard. Well, no, they're going to give him about a half yard on the play.
Yeah, Gavin Dieters took the ball from Callahan, and he was immediately met at the line. There was really no place for him to go.
2nd and 9, 7:33 to go in the quarter.
So on the offensive line out there for the Bobcats, you have Shea Butler, Jacob Bowen, Andrew Biggs at center. Trying to look on the other side. I believe Braden Perez is out there, and I cannot see who's on the far side at this point in time. But, they're gonna have to do the blocking.
Callahan can't connect with Starks on the far side. It was a forward pass. They fell on it like it was a lateral.
Yeah.
But he did throw it forward, and really, that should be a late hit. It was a late whistle, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, we know how that goes occasionally. So I was looking over there, Braden Perez and maybe Deontay Fleming. I can't tell where he's really lining up at based on where he's at. Nope, not Deontay.
Yeah, he'll come to the near side and line up just behind the line as a blocking back almost. Now he goes in motion to the far side. And Callahan keeps it a little fakery there, and he's got first down yardage out to the 45-yard line.
And that had to feel good, getting that first down.
That first down, yeah.
He had a nice run there earlier in the quarter, but it was called back on a holding call from the Bobcats, so being able to get one now has to help.
And Dieters and Fleming kind of faked like they were handing it off to each other while Callahan went out the back door. Here's Austin again to the near side, following a blocker. That's Dieters to the near side across the 50-45, tripped up just shy of the 40-yard line of the Tigers, and he signals his own first down into Tiger territory with 6:51 to play in the opening quarter. So we're nearing that midway point in the quarter, Marianne. Bowling Green starting to get things moving a little bit.
Let's hope it just wasn't a little too late.
Still a lot of game.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And again, if you're going to start cold, this is the time to start cold.
Yep, they're a second-half team, that's for sure.
We've seen a lot of teams over the years be second-half teams.
Here's Parker to the far side, and he is hit, falls forward for a gain of about 4, almost 5. Nice little run there by the senior.
And Parker was one of the players we were missing in game one as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Bobcats were missing. I think based on my memory, they were missing like 4 starters in that first game of the season.
And South Shelby took advantage.
Yes, they did.
Bowling Green had a chance to tie that game. Here's Callahan again, runs around a tackler in the backfield, and he's got room to run. Finally nailed down across the 20-yard line to, it looks like the 18. Spoonhour finally knocked him down for the Tigers. But Callahan kind of taking it himself.
Well, and that's what the Bobcats have been missing. We talked about that in the pregame show. Austin, very good at making that decision whether we're going to throw or run and doing it quickly, and that has been the key. And so I'm sure that the team feels it's nice to have that back.
And moving back to the 19, and here's Dieters on a carry to the near side, reverses field and falls forward just outside the 15. It's going to bring up second down, and it looks like about 7 for the Bobcats.
So it looks like they're bringing in, is that Charlie Bowen? I think it is. Charlie Bowen coming in for Deontay Fleming.
So more of a traditional look here.
Back to more of that I formation.
Mm-hmm. They put Parker in motion. The handoff is to Dieters. He goes up the middle. It's going to be dropped, I believe, short of the first down. Our angle, yeah, he's got picked up about 2, maybe 3.
Looks like it's going to be
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. That's one of those ones where I looked across and I saw the 3rd down marker, but you never know if I'm jumping the gun a little bit.
Two receivers to the near side. They were stacked receivers. Here's Callahan up the middle. He's got the first down, spins off a hit, and he's inside the 10 to almost the 5-yard line. A gain of about 8 on the play and enough for a first down.
And
there is a flag.
Yep.
And it's a hold against the Bobcats, and it's coming back. 4:29 to play in quarter number 1 here from Center, Missouri.
And it looks like a couple of the players trying to get Braden Perez calmed down a little bit.
He wasn't happy about it.
No, he wasn't.
Now the referee's going to talk to the head official, or the head official's going to talk to Clopton-Elsberry. Not sure what that was about.
Yeah, brings up to 3rd and 15, I believe.
It is, so wipes off the first down. 3rd and almost 16. Callahan rolls out to the far side. Now he puts the ball away. Makes a move. He's got first down yardage again. He got it back. What a play on the far sideline by Austin Callahan.
And I tell you what, he is stepping up into that senior role this year more than he has. Well, obviously he wasn't a senior. He's stepping into that leadership role a little bit more here on the field, knowing, this is kind of sort of it. This is your glory time.
Yep.
And, he's doing a good job right now after he got calmed down the first couple plays earlier in the first. He's really settling down and back into his position.
He made a bad decision. It kind of cost his team a little bit. It's his time to prove that leadership role here in week number 3. A comeback would do that. High snap, and he keeps it. The running back went the wrong way on the play.
Yeah, and really it took 3 guys to bring Callahan down in the backfield. And it's only going to be second down, so still got plenty of time.
2nd and goal now from the 11-yard line for the Bobcats. Clock running down to 3:45 to play. Callahan waiting for the play to come in from the sideline. A little personnel change as Fleming comes back in.
This is something, I can't say it's new for the Bobcats because obviously this is Coach K's 3rd year, but still some adjustment period of him calling in the plays from the sideline.
Yep.
Gotten away from that quarterback, the huddle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we're all back on the right track now as Callahan hands off to Charlie.
Nope, he keeps it himself. It looked like he was trying to give it to Bowen.
It did.
And ended up keeping it himself again.
And really, I'm having a hard time with, we'll just call it my old eyes, because if I don't clarify that, somebody's going to text me and tell me I'm old anyway, between Charlie Bowen and Gavin Dieters. Charlie Bowen's 33, Gavin Dieters 32, but we know how.
And when the uniforms bunch up.
Yeah, when they bunch up.
Those uniforms look the same, the numbers look the same. 3rd and goal from the 7. Back to throw. Callahan puts it to the corner of the end zone, and it is almost intercepted, knocked down. It looked like it was about halfway deep in the end zone on the far side.
Yeah,
bring up 4th down.
Deontay Fleming went tall for that one. However, the defender was right there with him, was able to smack it from the back and knock it out of his reach. So now 4th down, what's Coach K going to come up with? I personally think at this time it needs to just quarterback keeper has worked.
Yeah, and that's what Mark Twain has to be looking for here is Callahan to try and find some space to the end zone. He needs about 7 yards to cross the goal line. Not a first down to be had unless there's a penalty.
So Charlie Bowen still in the backfield for the Bobcats, back into that I formation.
And flags come out prior to the snap. A timeout. Timeout. Whistles, not flags. We'll take a timeout too. Bobcats knocking on the door. It's 4th and goal from the 7. When we come back, they trail 14-0 on Eagle 102.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, You'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Community State Bank, Bowling Green Chevy, and Family Drive.
Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by Ann Lane Boutique, where trendy and classy clothing meet. Plus, remember to check out their home furnishings as well. Ann Lane Boutique on the Square in Bowling Green. Mark, we have an update at the end of the first quarter. North Callaway leads the Clopton-Elsberry Indian Hawks 8-7.
8-7, so a close one there. Big one here, 4th and goal from the 7. Callahan and the Bobcats trying to get one of those TDs back and get into this ball game. Callahan to throw. Now he's going to put it away. Takes off. Now he does put it in the air, and it's incomplete. Turnover on downs. Back to Mark Twain from their own 7-yard line. Good defensive stand that time by Mark Twain, as Callahan just couldn't find any sort of option. He looked to his left and ran to his right. I thought he was going to take off with it instead.
Oh, we have an official's timeout. I was like, what are we official blowing the whistle for? We have an official timeout.
Yeah, it's water break time here at Mark Twain High School.
It's not hot.
It isn't, but we're not wearing pads either. 2:36 to go in the first quarter. 14-0 Tigers lead Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, Mid-America Auto and Towing, and Abel's Quick Shops.
Turnover on downs gives it back to the Mark Twain Tigers with 2:36 to go in the first quarter. Tigers already lead this one 14-0 at home, as they're looking to take their record to 2-1 and drop Bowling Green 0-3. But a lot of football left to be played here in week number 3, and they find a bit of a hole. Perigo up the middle for the Tigers, out across the 15, or near the 15.
Yeah, Bowling Green's going to have to tighten up their defensive line there. Perigo, you cannot let him continue to run, when he's picking up 8 yards at a time.
And you mentioned Everhart out this week. Yeah, and that's a big hole. They're already hurting.
Yeah, Hayden Finley, who was an all-district member last year, especially for his defensive play, is also still out. So
another run, and he gets through into the secondary, all the way out to the 29-yard line this time. Enough for a first down, and they're just eating up chunks right now against Bowling Green. That's number 17 on the carry, Avery Epperson for the Tigers. And that two-back set has really been working out, splitting the carries pretty evenly between Perigo and Avery Epperson, keeping them fresh.
So Coach Chin going to have some decisions to make for this defensive line. Again, we talked about with Everhart being out, that means that there's not someone to rotate in that position, or a senior to rotate in that position. Shea Butler stepping up and trying to fill that void as well.
Back to throw, now stepping up in the pocket is the sophomore, and he's brought down almost immediately. Peyton Hawkins loses a yard, maybe 2, and it's going to bring up 2nd and long for the Tigers. So there's some good defense from the Bobcats. They say he got back to the line of scrimmage, actually gained a yard on the play. That's pretty unbelievable there.
Well, what did we say week 1? Maybe the officials are still getting back into the groove of officiating as well.
Final minute of the first quarter, 14-0. Tigers lead the Bobcats in week 3. On 2nd and 9 for Mark Twain. High snap. The carry goes to Epperson again, and he's going to rumble forward for another first down across the 40-yard line, Avery Epperson.
And Bowling Green's defense has got to wrap up. That is something they have struggled with. I can't even tell you for how. I mean, it's for as long as I can remember, is actually wrapping up. Several hands were got on Epperson, but nobody got their arms around his waist, around his legs. And if they're going to stop him, they're going to have to do it low.
You're a rodeo person. Lasso those legs, pull them down.
That's right. Make sure to tighten up as well. They bring in Jacob Grummel, who's going to take up some space. He's a big guy for the Bobcats. Standing about 6'5", about not quite 300 pounds.
Again, they go up the middle, bouncing off the first tackle and still going forward out to the 45-yard line. He's going to gain 4 on the play, almost 5. They will give him almost,
and that was
very close to 5.
That was a great second effort by him as he was hit.
We got a Bobcat down.
Not exactly what the Bobcats need, but as he was hit initially at the line of scrimmage, he bounced and was able to gain more yards.
We'll take a timeout for the injury. 14-0. Tigers lead the Bobcats. 2.9 seconds to go in the opening quarter on Eagle 102.
B&B Automotive in Bowling Green is home of the low $50 shop rate. No job is too big or too small. Vehicle detailing, tire rotation, car maintenance. Just give them a call and see how they can help you with all your vehicle needs. At B&B Automotive, they have hours to fit your schedule, Monday through Friday, 3 until 11 p.m., Saturdays from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. With ASC certified technicians on site, you can find Jeremy and the gang at B&B Automotive on the corner of Business Highway 61 and West Main in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by All Parts, Perkins Electrical Service, and Spring Hollow Coffee.
Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by Kathy Clean. Just like our area athletes, they're suited up and ready to tackle your cleaning service needs. Residential or commercial, just give them a call, Kathy Clean.
And they have not experienced, Kathy Clean hasn't, Mark Froelich laying waste to a desk at the studios yet.
Yeah, are you trying to say that the challenge may be issued?
I don't want to do it. It just sort of happens. I'm kind of a tornado.
Oh, well, at least you admit it. At least you acknowledge there's a problem and you admit it.
Yeah.
So I'm a little curious here as to the
It's Starks.
It is Starks. A little curious as to the discussion with Clay Lazier and who is that number 52, Cameron Asquith. Referee called them out there, the two of them together, made them shake hands. I venture to say that that's probably a little jawing that's been going on. And
I'm guessing that had something to do with that 15-yarder earlier, too.
Probably so. Well, I don't know. As I mentioned, I saw earlier Callahan was having a few words as well. So you can point a number of things, but, there is times that let them play. They're fired up. That's what it's supposed to be. But I guess maybe try to take care of it.
Yeah, you get the right crew with the right sensitivity turned up on their ears, and that's what you get.
That's right. Looks like Starks is being looked at by an athletic trainer over on the far sideline. He's up walking around.
Yeah, he did walk off under his own power, and that's it for the first quarter. So 14-0, and two very early touchdowns for Mark Twain. One off the opening kickoff, 11:47 to play. It was Preston to make it 8-0 after the two-point conversion. Then Perigo with a 3-yard touchdown with 7:56 remaining in the first quarter to make it 14-0. After one, Mark Twain leading Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102, brought to you by Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Pogue Ford in Bowling Green.
14-0, and the Tigers with the ball to start the second quarter. With a second or a third and 3, and a flag comes out before we even start the clock. Well, actually, they did start the clock.
They did. I'm not real sure, unless they had somebody lined up in the neutral zone, and it looks like that's what's going to be.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have started the clock either. I mean, 34 seconds ran off the clock.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Mark. They made a play.
Did they have a play?
They've already had a play.
I missed a play?
You missed a play. Mark Twain actually ran.
So there's my 10-second nap.
Jeez, Jim Ross, why don't you wake up? No, they actually had a play where they ran up and got about 5 yards.
My goodness. I got to go to bed earlier.
I'm sorry we're keeping you up so late. Tackle in the backfield.
Yep, they're going to hit him for a loss of 3, so it's going to be 4th and 10, back to the original line of scrimmage for this set of downs.
And that was the senior Deontay Fleming, who has just been remarkable for the Bobcats this year.
I still can't get over that. There was no reaction from the crowd that would have alerted me. That was
well, here while we're
the
waiting,
most stealthy start to a second quarter ever.
While we're waiting for Mark Twain to do their change out at the end of the first quarter, is it Maroa Forsyth leads Pittsfield 28-0.
See, that's what I was looking at, was out-of-town scores. And they're going to punt here on 4th and 10. All the way across the field, and they'll let it die. Down at the 13-yard line, and that's where Bowling Green will have to take over.
That's a good kick. Very good. Yep, they've done a very good job. So, I was looking at some other scores as well, as we mentioned just a few moments ago at the end of the first quarter. North Callaway leads Clopton-Elsberry 8-7. At the end of the first quarter, Centralia leads Palmyra 7-0. I know that was a game that a lot of people will be watching. Macon leads South Shelby 14-6. I was trying to see if I could find a few others for us, but it looks like Bowling Green's set and ready to go.
Did you get the update on North Callaway Clopton-Elsberry?
Off the 8-7?
16-7 now.
Okay.
North Callaway leads the Indian Hawks. First and 10, high snap and a great turning handoff. I don't think he thought there was going to be any chance he got the ball there, and he's bottled up for probably a loss of 3. Perigo got him, but Callahan had to jump up over his head, hands raised over his head to get that snap, and then twist it into a handoff, and didn't go anywhere from there. A timeout on the field. Bowling Green needs to get themselves right. They trail 14-0, 10:08 to go in the half on Eagle 102.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Big second down run. That time for number 21 for the Bobcats.
Jonah Jones.
Now,
Jonah Jones was injured for the Bobcats last year. He tore his ACL in the South Shelby matchup, very first game of the season last year. So he had to watch from the sideline, so it was nice to see him back.
And that's very close to a first down. It is a first down. They'll move the sticks.
They will. We did get an update. April was nice enough to pass along Wright City's leads Van Far. Did I see that right?
Yes. 7-0.
And it started the second quarter. So we'll continue to pass along some updates as they get passed along to us.
And we'll check the ticker as well.
The ticker. That's what Ross calls it, isn't it?
No, that's what I've called it. I mean, that's old school there.
That's old school. Well, my apologies for me not sitting there with the AP ticker for to pull. Oh, they're going to say they're about
an inch short.
An inch short.
Well, they'll move the flags back across the field. Bobcats will have to jump over them. Good job there. No one got injured.
Yes. Excuse me, Bobcats. You all have a ton of injuries. Could you please avoid some in the future?
Unnecessary jumping.
Yes, unnecessary jumping or high-fiving or anything of that nature.
So 2nd and inches, maybe 2. And Callahan going to take off out of the backfield. He's got the first down. No flags on the play so far. He's across the 40, 45, 50 to the near sideline. He steps out of bounds in Mark Twain territory. Finally run out by number 34, Landon Moss.
And I tell you what, that was a good run by Callahan. He was moving to his far right, saw the gap that the offensive line had created, cut back, and went through. I mean, it looked like a Mack truck opened it up for him, and he was just off to the races from there.
So good job by the line there for Bowling Green as he gets into Mark Twain territory down to the 41-yard line of the Tigers with 9:46 to go in the half. So after that horrible start, Bowling Green's had some chances to cut the score or the deficit a little closer, but they haven't let it grow any either.
No.
The defense has tightened up.
And, while it's great to hold Mark Twain, you've got to get on the scoreboard.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be on the scoreboard before half.
Yeah. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
So it looks like a little personnel switch again for the Bobcats as Matthew McDonald comes in over on that wing position over there. And George Niemeyer on the near side. Callahan, of course, the QB. And then Jonah Jones still in that running back position. Looks like Nick Brakefield in as well. Nick must be thinking, finally, I don't have to play the QB position.
Yeah. But don't be surprised if, they do something.
Trick play.
Some sort of trick play, and now they run out of time. The play clock goes to 00 and
delay of game.
Bobcats will face a 2nd and 12. So erase that 3-yard gain. Well, it's more than 4-yard penalties. They put them back to the
basically a yard behind
43-yard line.
So I notice that Jacob Grummel staying in on the offensive line for the Bobcats.
From right in front of us here in the broadcast booth. And he'll take off again. Oh, what a move there. And that's going to be very close across the 30. He's going to have first down yardage.
First down and then some. And again, we talked about it in the pregame, Mark. That is what the Bobcats have been missing.
Yeah,
his ability to scramble.
Yeah. Yep.
His ability to scramble, that's for sure.
Down to the 29. Gain of about 14 on the play. And a first down. High snap, and flags come out.
We're going to have a false start against the Bobcats as Jonah Jones was in motion. And Callahan called for the ball before he was able to get set.
Did you see, what was that, the Steelers game?
Yes.
On Sunday.
A false start against everybody but the center.
And it was the center's fault, obviously.
It was the center's fault.
But a little humor there from the NFL officials.
And I have a feeling Coach is having one of his come-to-Jesus talks with the offense. Oh, no, we're calling a timeout. So still possibly a come-to-Jesus talk. But
yeah, 8:46 to go, first half, 14 for the Tigers and nothing for the Bobcats. And 1st and 15 coming up for Bowling Green after the timeout on Eagle 102.
Some people just have a knack for being there when you need them the most. Like your 3rd grade classmate who sticks up for you against that bully. The neighbor who gives you a jump start. And the friend who chases away that flock of geese at your outdoor wedding. Your State Farm agent has your back too, through good times and the not so good. And who's got your agent's back? State Farm, the company people have trusted for more than 90 years. We're here to help life go right.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, the Mercantile Bank, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Tonight's game of the week is brought to you by Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, where they have clothing that's good for your soul. Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, just off the square in Bowling Green.
Big 1st and 15, and another penalty against the Bobcats, and another false start will make it 1st and 20.
Yeah, I'm not real sure where the miscommunication is coming, but the Bobcats are about to march themselves right back to the 50-yard line if they don't get things cleaned up.
It's on the 40 right now, at least the tail end of the ball is on the 40 for the Bobcats. 1st and 20 after consecutive penalties sandwiched around a timeout. And that's got to drive Coach K and the rest of his staff nuts. And another one. Another one. Are you kidding?
And Coach K is just holding his head at this point.
3 consecutive false starts.
Mark, I hate to break it to the Bowling Green Bobcats, but boys, you're going to be running on Monday. if you had any doubt before, that just sealed the deal.
Back to the 45-yard line. They may end up at the 50, like you said.
They may. I mean, I wasn't trying to jinx them.
1st and 25 for Bowling Green. A promising drive. Has a lot of broken promises so far.
And
it's Callahan. Fake the handoff. And he's got at least the first 15 of it back. He's still on his feet, and he's going to get the first down on the far sideline and tiptoe in. Did he make it? Touchdown. Bobcats. Couldn't tell at first if he had tiptoed that sideline enough, but Callahan puts it in for a 45-yard score to get Bowling Green on the map here. 14-6 our score, with a 2-point conversion attempt yet to come.
Well, you know, Mark, I'm going to go old school here. You know, with the struggles that Bowling Green's been having right now, I personally would go for the extra point. I would personally go there. You're going to cut the lead in half. You know,
the T came out.
And there we go. And George Niemeyer is lined up. So Coach K and I must be on the same wavelength, which is kind of.
We're on the same planet at least.
Yeah, same wavelength, which is kind of scary.
It is Friday the 13th, and it's blocked.
Okay, so I shouldn't have thoughts anymore.
8:35 to go. 14-6. The Bobcats are on the board, but trailing this one in week 3 on Eagle 102.
Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, new owner of Mike's Tire and Service Center. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections, air conditioning services, brakes, shocks, custom exhausts, as well as minor repairs. Mike's Tire and Service Center, business 61 North in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust and Mike's Tire and Service Center.
Well, fans on the end zone to our right haven't gotten much of a show in this one. All 3 scores have been in the, what would you call that, the south end zone here?
Mark, I want you to look at me. Does it look like I know north, south, east, west?
Well, the sun set over there in front of us. So
right across, that's the West
Marion. That would be west.
Yeah, my teacher.
Bowling Green's that way, so that would be south.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, we just shake our head when we come to ask Marion such things.
The kickoff goes deep and picked up by the Tigers, and he's going to try and reverse it, and he's going to make it. Oh! It was the kicker that finally got him and brought him down.
No, Deontay Fleming ripped it from his hands again.
And did Bowling Green get it? They did.
They did. Deontay Fleming, that is the second week in a row that he has ripped the ball from the defenders or from the hands of the offense and went back. Now, last week when he did it, he was able to run in for a touchdown.
Well, and Fleming was the last man standing for Bowling Green. If he would have got past him, that was another Mark Twain return for a touchdown.
It was.
Instead, he rips it out. And Bowling Green going to have back-to-back possessions. A timeout on the field. It'll be Bobcats 1st and 10 from the Mark Twain 39 when we come back on Eagle 102.
You can now check your cash flow on the go with Bank of Louisiana's mobile banking.
We're helping you manage your money from here, there, and everywhere with our new mobile and text banking services. You can check balances, view account history, transfer funds, and pay bills all from your phone. Visit us online at www.bola.cc for more information and to enroll for mobile banking. Bank of Louisiana, proud to be your hometown bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Follow your area teams throughout the season in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cindy Blaylock Insurance Agency, Young Enterprise, and JD Tire and Auto.
Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by DH Electric. Quality work at affordable prices. They can handle any project, residential, commercial, industrial, or agricultural. DH Electric in Bowling Green.
From the 39-yard line, the Bobcats will come out and have a back-to-back possession here. I'd say let Callahan run.
Yeah, let him go. Just let him go.
Or run him as a decoy or something. The Bobcats have the momentum now, down 14-6. Fleming with the strip fumble and a timeout taken by the Tigers now with 8:27 to go. So we don't even get a playoff, 14-6. Mark Twain leads Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
The human body can run like a well-oiled machine, but just like machines, they occasionally need attention. A lot of times because of accidents, injuries, or even general wear and tear, the body breaks down. This is Keith Oakes, Director of the Physical Therapy Department at Pike County Memorial Hospital. That's where therapy services can get you back to normal, daily activities. Don't let pain keep you from enjoying life. Let PCMH's team focus on your recovery so you can focus on what matters to you. Pike County Memorial Hospital, community-owned, nationally known.
Follow your area teams throughout the season in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Todd Watts Realty, Calumet of Missouri, and Bowling Green Insurance.
1st and 10 from the 39. A couple of back-to-back timeouts, and now it'll be a carry on the up the far side.
Yep, up there is Jonah Jones again with the run for the Bobcats as he was looking to sweep and hit that outside edge. However, looked like Mark Twain was prepared for that.
They set up from the far hash, so it was up the middle, but really it was on the far side almost.
Well, from up here, you can't tell much of anything, to be honest with you. As they've got that, kind of like Bowling Green, they have that nice crown.
Yeah, that crown on the field, and it'll be Callahan taking it on the fake to Jones. He'll come to the near side, take on two defenders down to near the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2.5 for Bowling Green. Robertson in on the stop for the Tigers, and the clock running down to 7:35 to go in the half. Again, go ahead.
So Jonah Jones going to come off the field, and coming back in is Gavin Dieters.
They'll stack the receivers, 2 of them on the far side, 1 to the near side. Dieters behind in the I formation. Kind of the pistol. They have that blocking back in there as well. And it'll be Dieters on the carry. No, Callahan keeps it, and he is blown up.
Yeah, Mark Twain wasn't fooled by that. As they were prepared, they were able to get Callahan around 1 foot, and then the rest of the team came in and kind of cleaned it up.
Matthias Bridges was the man to come in and just knock over that pile. And it's a loss of 1 for the Bobcats. So 4th and a long 3, almost 4 yards. And at this point, you got to go for it. You got this big momentum boost from the strip fumble.
Yes.
On the return that almost went the other way.
It did, yeah. Bowling Green's been in this position already once this evening. Now they need to get this time in Dieters.
Dieters is short. Spun down shy of the 30-yard line. 2nd turnover on downs from the Bobcats. They've come up empty twice in 2 4th down opportunities. And it gives it back to the Tigers with still half of the 2nd quarter to go.
Yeah, it looks like I I don't know. Coach K just kind of shaking his head a little bit. I don't know if there's a miscommunication. Almost looks like Callahan and Dieters can't quite get to the spot where they're letting go of the ball.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like Dieters is having to take Callahan with him, or Callahan's trying to take Dieters. I'm not sure which.
Well, Dieters, has seen how well that Callahan's running, and maybe he wants the help.
It could be.
On first down for the Tigers, reversing field. There's a hold on the play. Out across the 40-yard line is Perigo, but this one's coming back. It's going to be 1st and 20.
Did you see a hold from the Tigers?
Yep, that's the flag is right at the line of scrimmage, so this one definitely in the area of holding, and it is.
It definitely is. And I was looking because Hunter Smith, we talked about it we just talked about it, about wrapping up. And Hunter Smith was able to hit Perigo, but he did it with a shoulder tackle, and he just knocked him down. If Perigo hadn't lost his footing, he'd have been off to the races.
Uh-huh. Avery Epperson comes in as another back for Mark Twain. On 1st and 20. Well, looks more like 1st and 17.
And there you go. Look at you go.
And it is 1st and 17. I guess that was 3 yards ahead of the original line of scrimmage. Looked like it was laying right on it where the hold was. And
we got another flag.
Blown dead.
Are they going to have 3 false starts? It looks like the judge on the far side is pointing towards Mark Twain, so another false start for them.
This game has been chock full of them. Illegal procedure or
yeah, that's not normally the motion we normally see for that. All righty then. Yeah, I hear the people next to us say, what do we call it? I still think it was probably supposed to be false start.
Yeah.
Because I believe he just threw up the sign for offsides, didn't he? Isn't that what
I think so. Hey, maybe someone did line up in the neutral zone.
Maybe they did. That did come off awfully quick, the whistle.
So on 1st and forever.
Yes.
They do get a couple of yards on the play.
Clay Lazier was able to wrap up the feet there of the running back and was able to pull him down.
That was Epperson on the carry.
Go ahead.
2nd and 22.
Another update as Wright City leads Vanfar 19-0 with 2:37 to go in the second quarter.
Well, he got back the 5 yards from that penalty. They call it 2nd and 17 for Mark Twain. And they're going back to throw. A little dump screen pass.
And nice, as Bowling Green was right there.
After the catch by number 24, Braden McLeod.
The sophomore Cooper Keel was the one that came in and got the big tackle. Nice heads-up play by him. He was right there.
So 3rd and about 15 for Mark Twain. As Hawkins couldn't get much there on that screen pass. Spoonhour discussing the play with the Mark Twain quarterback as they come back to the huddle. Not much talk after they got.
Well, no, they're watching that clock down to 4 seconds.
And they do get the play off. He's back to throw, and it's going deep up the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. For those watching online, I apologize for the camera work.
Well, the booth up here did shake a little.
Yeah.
We're going to throw that as I think several were probably looking for a pass or hoping for a pass interference along the way.
Yeah.
That probably is the better one.
That didn't happen.
There was no pass interference.
So the big punter, or the punter with the big leg, comes back out for Mark Twain here on 4th and 15.
Yeah. Nick Brakefield and Cooper Keel need to back up because we know that he can punt.
He put it at the 14 from about this spot last time. He's standing on his own 16-yard line, and he gets it. And it bounces at the 40 and rolls out of bounds shy of the 30. Or no, they're going to give him the 27? Is that where the referee
No, stop it.
No, okay.
Thank you.
The side judge said, no, it's up here. I think the back judge went all the way back to where it stopped rolling.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hate to have to come out of the booth to give them a quick lesson. and I don't claim to know a whole lot, but I do know that much. So Don't forget, we got your Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report for you coming up in just about 5 minutes or so. Should time continue to roll, we'll give a recap of score updates that we have and, of course, recap the first half.
Oh, we've got a bunch to talk about, Marianne.
We do.
We got false start penalties to talk about.
How both teams will be doing some running.
Kick coverage. We've got so much to talk about.
At the end of the first, Louisiana trails 6-0 against their opponent.
Hey, Brentwood, yeah. Down near the city.
Gavin Dieter's off to the races and is basically hit at the line of scrimmage, probably able to pick up a couple yards.
Looks like he's going to get about 4 on the play, according to the spot on the far side. Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 5.
There you go. He got 5.
So good little run there, just moving the pile after initial contact.
So right now, looking at the offensive line, they've got Shea Butler, who's a junior, Jacob Bowen, a junior, senior, Andrew Biggs, a senior, Braden Perez, and then a sophomore and I just lost it.
Out to the 40-yard line. They're going to lose a couple of yards on that play. They had a man in motion. That was Lane Parker. Kind of reversed it to Dieters on the handoff, and they're just nothing there for the Bobcat running back.
The sophomore Seth Huber that I was going to talk about is looked like he's going to switch sides as Jacob Grummel, the senior, comes back in. So now they have a senior full team full of upperclassmen except for Huber, who's a sophomore.
Nice large front for the Bobcats, and Callahan's going to take advantage of it. He takes off, stutter steps, goes to the far sideline. He's got first down yardage. It's across the 50, 40 to the 30-yard line, reverses field. He's down to the 20, 10, 5, and touchdown.
Takes it home. And I tell you what he did. He followed a block by the senior Braden Perez, who got a nice good hit in there and gave him the opportunity to hit that sideline. But then it was just all skill from Callahan as he was juking and jiving like there was no tomorrow.
There's a flag. A hold against the Bobcats, and it's coming back. Oh, my goodness. Wipe the touchdown off the board. The 60-yard score for Austin Callahan, because this one's coming back, and I can't see. The flag is sitting at the 48-yard line, so it'll go back 10 yards from there. So the Bobcats push deeper instead of the touchdown. That was a beautiful run.
That was. And Austin Callahan may need a little oxygen. Holding against.
So it's going to be third. Instead of a touchdown, it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats.
At the half, Clopton leads North Callaway 22-16.
So the Indian Hawks, Clopton-Elsberry Indian Hawks, not only tied it, but pulled ahead late in the half there. That's a nice job by the Clopton-Elsberry squad. We'll see them next week, and that's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. Intended target was George Niemeyer in the center of the field. Even if he caught that,
he wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah. That was a check down because Callahan couldn't find anything deep, so a good job by the secondary for the Tigers to keep this a 14-6 game.
I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be in the locker room with the Bobcats at halftime. Besides the fact of, the probably horrendous smell, but there's going to be,
and flags come out again. A false start against the Bobcats on the punt.
Yeah, again, boys.
Was that the 5th?
I think
false
so.
Start penalty?
I think, yeah. And that's just against the Bobcats. That doesn't count the ones that have been against Mark Twain.
So it's going to be 4th and almost 15. And we'll try this punt thing again. They got the snap off this time. Punt is high. Bounces at the 45. Didn't touch any Mark Twain player, and it's downed by Starks. As number 10, Ryan Spoonhour, ran by. So 2:46 remaining in the first half. 14-6, the Tigers take over with a lead over the Bowling Green Bobcats.
Well, we've got another update. Pittsfield trails. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. Maroa? Yeah, Maroa leads Pittsfield 35-0 at the half.
So the Saukeys feeling the hurt there.
Yeah, they came out with a great Week 1 win Paul Petty and his squad came with a big Week 1 win, and unfortunately had a tough one last week, and it looks like they're matched up against another tough one this week.
You know, they co-op with Griggsville Perry. I always thought maybe it would be cool to call them like Socknadoes, kind of like Sharknado, you know?
We don't need more Sharknado type stuff. A nice air out.
Down the sideline and overthrown by about 15 yards. The intended target that time was number 24, Braden McLeod. And there on the coverage was number 7 for the Bobcats, Alex Sloan. Is it 7 or 1?
7.
Okay.
Well, sad part was a spoon arrow was wide open on the other side of the field.
Yeah, they had two going deep.
They did.
And the intended target, McLeod, he was open. He just outran or couldn't run down the ball. It was way past with 2:41 to go. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll hand it off to the near side this time, and tiptoeing the sideline right in front of us. It's going to be enough for a first down for Perigo. A gain of 11 on the play out to the 46-yard line.
Well, Mark, you know, I talked about before, Hunter Smith, you know, I told you he did the shoulder tackle a little earlier and was able to get the guy. He went for the shoulder tackle this time and missed it, and Mark Twain gained at least another 3 yards.
And a first down.
So, again, that's something that is going to have to be addressed.
They're almost like in a max protect package for their running backs here in the final couple of minutes of this half, and they get across the 50 and the 45 into Bobcat territory. Another first down.
And that tackle was by Deontay Fleming.
And on the run that time was Perigo again. So he gets back-to-back carries and moves the chains twice down to the Bobcat 43-yard line. .2:15 to go in the half. And again, the lane opens up. And again, another first down.
And again, a tackle by Deontay Fleming, and Bobcats, that defensive line, if they don't figure out a way to fill those gaps, Mark Twain's going to run it right into the end zone.
Avery Epperson with a gain of 15. Mark Twain just outside the 25-yard line.
And they're going to go with this exact same run. Look how they're set up again.
Yeah, this package, this time Bowling Green bottles it up quickly. He still falls forward across the 25.
Still gaining probably, 5 yards?
3, maybe 4, I think. He was at the 31. He's inside he was at the 26. He gave him 1.
Oh, he did gain 1.
It went from the 26 to the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Tigers, but the clock running down to a minute and a half. And the ball comes out, and Bowling Green, did they fall on it? I don't think they got it.
Mark Twain got it.
Oh, my goodness. The quarterback hopped back on top of it.
Yeah, good cover up there.
It was the quarterback, number 20, Peyton Hawkins, coming out the bottom of the pile, as it looked like Bowling Green tried to scoop it up instead of falling on the ball.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. It's every lineman's dream to pick up and run it into the end zone. But good job by the quarterback to fall down, wrap it up, and keep possession with Mark Twain.
Loss of 5 on the play, back to the 31-yard line, looks like.
As time's running down, as we're down to 45 seconds.
Third down.
Only 4 seconds to go on the clock.
2-1, they do get the play off. And Epperson this time is tripped up immediately.
That was Jacob Bowen coming in and cut
the legs out from under him.
He did. I didn't want to, make it sound like it was a chop block of some sort.
No.
It was all legal, things of that nature. So, but went low, which is what we talked about earlier. You've got to tie him up at the feet.
Yeah, he just threw himself at the shins of the running back, and Epperson fell over the top of him for no gain.
And basically, I'm kind of surprised that Mark Twain's not just letting the time run out here. Maybe they are, as we're down. And that's going to take care of the half.
Now they'll stop the clock with 4.1 seconds to go. So they're going to have the final play. They're going to shoot for the end zone. So a timeout on the field. We'll keep it here with the score 14-6. Mark Twain leading Bowling Green. And Do we have anyone to talk about or anything?
Well, we can pass along some updates with a 5:40 to go in the second quarter. Macon leads South Shelby 28-6. At the half, Centralia leads Palmyra 7-0. As we mentioned at the half, Clopton-Elsberry leads North Callaway 22-16. Clark County has shut out West Hancock at halftime of 42-0. Let's see what other scores we have to pass along as we'll continue to find them and pass them along during the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report, which will be coming up very soon.
And did we say the last update we had was Louisiana trailing 6-0 to Brentwood, or at Brentwood.
Yes.
And Bolivar leading Hannibal 8-0 at the half. Troy leading Wentzville Liberty 27-0.
And we'll see if we can get another update over Wright City was leading Van Far 14-0.
So final play of the first half. Back to throw, and sacked is the quarterback for Mark Twain. Hawkins goes down. Who was there to jump on top?
Gavin Dieters.
Dieters, and that's it for 2 quarters. We've reached halftime, 14-6. Mark Twain leads Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
When you're ready to purchase your next vehicle, visit Pogue Ford in Bowling Green and enjoy your next buying experience. At Pogue, they go the extra mile to make sure you walk away with more than just a car or a truck. They'll give you an automotive home. Pogue Ford has the new or pre-owned vehicle you're looking for, and if they don't, they'll find it. Plus, they're available for all your automotive service needs. Pogue Ford, Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
After 2 quarters from Mark Twain High School, the Mark Twain Tigers lead the Bowling Green Bobcats 14-6. Mark Fronick, Marianne Everhart back with you here from Mark Twain. And just a penalty-filled, slow-moving, a couple of turnovers in there as well, and just not a real good flow for a Bowling Green team that I think thrives off of flow.
Well, you know what, to be honest with you, if you didn't know any better, you would think this was Bowling Green's first game of the season.
It's been a bit sloppy. And
it has been.
And maybe, you got Callahan. It is his first game of the season. And maybe just getting back on the same page as some of his backs. That's been a big problem as the handoffs have left something to be desired tonight.
Yeah,
the exchanges between him and his runners.
Between that, some people not getting set, the numerous, and I think we counted up 5, if not more, in the first half of false start penalties against the Bobcats. I mean, they dug themselves in a pretty big hole there. We had 3 back-to-back-to-back, and you just can't expect to score touchdowns if you're going to keep moving yourself the wrong way.
Yeah, you go from a 1st and 10. You're trying to capitalize on some momentum, and then you get a false start. So Coach K takes a timeout. They come back from that and have another false start.
Yes.
So that's 2 in a row. And then what do? On 1st and 20, false start. Yes. and all of a sudden you're at the 45-yard line. And it doesn't bode well for your team.
No.
When you're just continually hurting yourself like that.
Now, I guess I could say almost the good news is Mark Twain basically did pretty much the same thing once they got their hands on the ball. They had back-to-back false starts as well. So
they built the big lead. Bowling Green couldn't have started this game any worse.
No.
I mean, it reminds me so much of Week 1 against South Shelby, where they gave up the 2 quick scores. You had the kickoff return, and then an interception turns into a 3-yard run a little earlier. I mean, you're just 4 minutes into the game, and you're down 14 already. It was almost 16. They almost got it in for the 2-point conversion on the second run. And then Mark Twain knows how to kill clock.
They do. And I tell you what, Bowling Green was able to come back. Austin Callahan runs it in, then not able to put the extra point up on the board.
It was blocked, yeah.
Yeah, it was blocked. Then turn around. Callahan has what we say about a 60-yard run.
It was a 60-yard run.
And then it gets pulled back for a holding penalty because holding has been an issue for the offensive line this game as well. We've seen several of those penalties as well. So there's a lot offensively they're going to have to clean up here at the half.
Well, if you look back to Week 1, Bowling Green almost tied it up in that game, but couldn't capitalize on a 2-point conversion. Then gave away when there was a safety later on.
They end up giving us up a safety.
Yeah, and then that was the 4-point margin of victory. They just couldn't get it in the end zone on that 2-point conversion, and it ends up kind of costing them momentum, and they never found the end zone again, except for their own end zone on the safety. So we'll see if we have a better second half than that here tonight.
Well, here's the thing, and this is something that I haven't really talked to him a lot about, but I noticed that Coach K does it. He sends the players, of course, at Mark Twain, they don't go to the locker room. Bowling Green's down in the far end zone. He lets the players kind of
police themselves?
Yeah, take care of themselves, and then he'll come in and he'll talk. But if you can look down there, you're seeing boys gather around each other. They're talking about it down there, and we have seen this. They did it at Montgomery County last year. They were down at the half. They went into the locker room. Jacob Bowen basically told them, guys, we're better than this. We need to start acting like it. They came back in that second half and just shut Montgomery County down, and that's the type of pep talk they need right now.
Well, we talked about it in keys to the game. Whoever has the better run game,
yes, we did,
will end up winning this game. Well, Mark Twain's run game has been used primarily to just go, move the sticks and kill clock so far. And if they get something, they get something. They haven't used it as a real game breaker so far. Callahan has been a game breaker with his legs, but his arm, which we were heralding before the game,
yes.
It just hasn't been on target. And I'm not sure if that's just finding that right sync with his receivers or what, but he has been intercepted and really doesn't have many completions to speak of, and none, I don't think, for anything positive. I think a couple of little screen passes that ended up getting snuffed out for little or no gain. So they've got to get that passing game going.
They do, and I think, we talked about it as it being Callahan's first game back, and not only is he trying to work with receivers he hasn't worked with for the past 2 games, they're, having to adjust to his arm after working with Nick Brakefield for the past 2 games as well. So there's adjustments on both sides.
It's a different line of sight,
it
too. Callahan a lot taller and a different type of arm. He's kind of a gunslinger out there.
Yes.
While Brakefield, more of a classic pocket passer, and he's a lot shorter than Callahan. So the 2 very different quarterbacks between Week 2 and Week 3 for the Bowling Green Bobcats here tonight. 14-6, our score. Mark Twain leads the Bobcats after 2 quarters. We'll be back with more of the halftime show after this on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for ego, power beyond belief.
Pike County Hospice is proud to be your only local, not-for-profit, county-based hospice program in the area. Hi, my name is Corey Shepard, Hospice Program Manager. Since 1993, Pike County Hospice has been serving our community's families with integrity, compassion, and respect. This new journey is not easy, and we are ready to support you and your family through this difficult time. You have the choice of who will be by your side. By choosing Pike County Hospice, it will be our honor to serve you and provide the comfort and dignity yourself and your loved ones deserve. Contact us today by calling 324-2111 or visiting our website at pikecountyhospice.com.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, not much action to speak of in the first half. You had the opening kickoff get returned by Preston for, what was it?
About 90 yards.
Yeah, it was 90 yards. He fielded at the 10
Yep.
and ended up taking it all the way back. Lakota Preston, a freshman, with the big opening kickoff return to make it 8-0 after a 2-point conversion just 13 seconds into the game. Then 7:56 of the first quarter, Perigo on a 3-yard run. 2-point conversion, no good this time, and it's 14-0 in favor of the Tigers. That lasted through the end of the first quarter and the first few minutes of the second quarter before Austin Callahan scores on a 45-yard run to the right. The extra point was blocked, and the Mark Twain lead cut to 14-6, and that's where we stand after the first 2 quarters of this contest in week number 3.
Let's see if we can get you a few scoring updates from games going on in and around the area. Montgomery County leads South Callaway at the half, 34-0. Monroe City over Highland in the second quarter, 30-12. As we mentioned at the half, Centralia is leading Palmyra 7-0. Vanfar Wright City, again, Wright City still leading Vanfar to our knowledge 14-0 at the half. Clopton-Elsberry is leading North Callaway 22-6. No score update from the Pleasant Hill West Central game going on. Pittsfield is trailing. Where'd you tell me how you pronounce it?
Forsyth?
Yeah, 35-0. Louisiana, I think April just passed along a wonderful update on that. They're down at the half, 35-14 to Brentwood. Those are the ones that I have found. Mark, have you got
that's about what I'm seeing as well, or from around the area. I'll check the Twitter sphere here as we go along. You didn't like
the ticker.
The ticker, so
no. I like the ticker. I just assumed that was a truly old thing, not necessarily old broadcast thing.
Oh yeah, the ticker. I love the ticker.
Well, the ticker, they didn't have Twitter back.
I know.
So how can it be?
I know, because a guy I went to school with invented Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Did you know that?
I did not. So in other words,
he was a year ahead of me in high school.
So in other words, he's
Jack
sitting
Dorsey.
on a nice mansion somewhere while we're sitting in the press box.
He is swimming in his money vault like Scrooge McDuck.
Okay. All right.
And that is how Jack Dorsey rolls these days.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, we will talk about what to expect in the second half as the Cellular Satellite Center halftime show continues on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hey, this is Tyler from Mid-America Auto and Towing. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. If we don't have what you're looking for, then we'll find it. Mid-America Auto and Towing is located off Highway 54 across from KJFM. We offer a minimum of 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, state inspections, diagnostics, engine and brake repair, and preventative maintenance. Mid-America Auto and Towing just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green is a one-stop shop. For 24-hour towing and roadside assistance, call 324-9919. Like us on Facebook or check out our website at midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
The Eagle 102 Game of the Week brought to you by J&D Tire and Auto, Perkins Electrical Service, All Parts, Young Enterprises, Calumet of Missouri, and Todd Watts Realty.
A couple of scores from the region. Paris and Scotland County, the Tigers lead that one 12-8 at the half. So a low-scoring first half. Clark County leads West Hancock 42-0.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a shellacking there.
That is a shellacking.
That's a running clock in the second half or the fourth quarter of that ball game. But here it's 14-6. Mark Twain leading Bowling Green, and the Bobcats, they need to prove they're a second-half team if they want to come back and grab their first victory of 2019.
Well, Mark, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame show, and do you think that Bowling Green may have come in here maybe looking too far ahead, thinking that this was going to be an easy win?
You know, it almost seemed like that a couple of weeks ago. Okay, we got to grab a win before Palmyra. Yeah. And they were looking past South Shelby. Now they're kind of, it's almost the same thing. The script is almost exactly the same as week one. They've got to shake that attitude off and put it in the end zone and get this thing not only tied up but pull ahead a little bit, maybe earn some of that swagger.
Well, I think part of the issue is as a healthy team and everybody playing, Bowling Green was set to be a dominant force this year. They truly were, but unfortunately some bad decisions and then lots of injuries have caused them to have to reevaluate things, and I feel like at a portion of this, they're not adjusting to that well.
And, I love the accountability, that the coaching staff has put out there. If you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting your team down, you got to be an adult about this. Be a team player. Be a leader. And if you're not, then you're not going to play. So maybe, hopefully they learn those lessons and can get the ship righted here in the second half in week 3.
Well, and I think what they need to realize is just because they're not the team that they thought they were going to be, as preseason rolled on, they are still a team capable of winning these type of games. I feel like they need some self-confidence to get pushed through. And I think a win here tonight would help that, but they're going to have to get it together if they're going to get that win.
And it's not like this is college or professional where you're not going to make the college football playoff or you're not going to make the NFL playoffs. You're in districts regardless of your record. So if they can get this thing going here early enough, I think they can still earn themselves a pretty good seeding and still have a chance in the postseason tournament.
Well, I can tell you their hopes. Their goal was set on taking the conference title. You drop the game to Mark Twain, you've all but lost that conference title.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's kind of how the MO set up this year. It was going to be, whoever. Well, I'm not going to finish that. One loss is going to affect the whole thing.
Yep, it's going to be very, very close.
It is.
This year. Some teams that have been powers are down.
They are.
Callaway.
North Callaway and South Callaway.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying.
Both
I'm just counting that whole county in one fell swoop.
A lot of people don't know North Callaway had a young quarterback that moved out of the area. When his dad left, he was the superintendent, and that quarterback obviously went with him. That is the same quarterback. He was a senior this year. The Bowling Green squad very familiar with that kid. He had basically been a nemesis of theirs, kind of like Palmyra since youth football. So they were kind of looking forward to beating him, and then still don't have
he's not there. Yeah,
doesn't have the. Where with Palmyra, there's still that chance postseason that you can come back. There's a chance you could see Palmyra in the postseason again.
Boy, it's just been such a mental block for so many years now.
But they called the Class 2 District 6 the District of Death because there are at least 4 teams, if not 5, that could be very dominant.
Yep, and upsets could happen any which way,
Well, we saw it last year.
Uh-huh.
We saw it last year with, was it Clark County that knocked Palmyra out?
Uh-huh.
So you never know. But it looks like Bowling Green's going to have the ball, obviously, to start the second half. And hopefully that means that'll pull some momentum their way.
Let's open it up with another kickoff for a touchdown.
Yeah, let's
return
do.
for a touchdown. That would be nice.
That would be nice, and I think that would probably get some mental positivity flowing with the Bobcats.
Well, the team's coming back on the field. I don't even think they're going to put 3 minutes on, are they?
I don't think so.
They stop it with 0.7 seconds to go in
They know
halftime.
everybody's ready to play. Let's play some football.
Yeah, all right, we're just shy of 8:30 on a Friday evening, and we want to go. The Bobcats.
We want to get before the full moon gets too high.
You know,
I haven't seen it yet.
It's still behind us. It's still behind
Yeah.
us to the east. But it is a nice clear night, beautiful weather, almost jacket weather outside the press box. It is jacket weather. Everyone's got the hoodies on. And the Tigers will kick off to the Bobcats in a 14-6 game. Home team ahead here from Mark Twain High School. Mark Fronick, Marion Everhart. And Lane Parker back to receive the kick. And it's a squibber this time. Fallen on by the lineman that time. Who was that? That was Clay Lazier, yeah. Kicked it right into his chest.
Oh, my.
That was not the squib kick they wanted. So right at the 48-yard line, the Bobcats will take over 1st and 10. I don't know if they were wanting to maybe hit the up man and fall on it.
Well, you never really know. I mean, if they could get it to bounce off of a, Bobcat player and right back into Mark Twain's hands, that's perfect.
Yep. So Callahan and the offense come onto the field. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Bobcats now moving from right to left. And a carry and a big hit, and it's going to be a loss on 1st down. Callahan was met and dropped.
He was. I mean, there was no fully Mark Twain there as Parker went into motion and Callahan tucked it, but the Mark Twain defense just powered through the offensive line for the Bobcats and hitting.
Even a little sack dance there from one of the Mark Twain players.
Is it Bridges? Because I've been watching him all night, and he's kind of made me chuckle a couple different times.
It was a little shimmy shake. That's what it was. I think he looked to see if there was any referee looking, too. And on 2nd down, they get the yardage back and get across the 50 into Mark Twain territory.
It looks like Gavin Dieters will pick up get him back to, 3rd and 7? 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8. And they set it right on the 50-yard line. They didn't give him the momentum I thought he picked up. So on 3rd down, Callahan takes it himself, shakes through the line, still on his feet across the 45, and it's very close. And did he lose the ball? He did. Mark Twain picks it up. And the Tigers couldn't pull off the trick onside kick, and instead get the ball 3 plays later.
So Bridges again, he kind of reminds me of, the Replacements when the fat man does the touchdown, you get the fat man dance, and he does the stomp, stomp.
Very underrated movie.
It is one of the great ones. So here we go, back on the defensive stance for the Bobcats. Looks like they may have shaken things up a little bit.
That was kind of the beginning of the Keanu Reeves, everything he touches turned to gold era.
Yeah, it was. That was a great movie. I actually watch that quite often.
Yeah, every time it's on like TBS or something, I got to watch it.
Yes.
That and Talladega Nights. Every time it's on, I got to watch it for at least 10 minutes.
At least 10. Well, that's usually because you're probably headed to work when they're coming on.
Probably. About 10 and a half minutes to go. No gain on 1st down for the Tigers. Good job sealing off the middle by the Bowling Green front.
So it looks like they changed up Bowling Green's defensive line as Matthew McDaniel is now kind of more of a DN position.
And a handoff to Apperson, and he's taken down for a loss back to the 40, going to be short of the 40. It's going to be 3rd and about 11.
And it looked like that was Charlie Bowen and Matthew McDaniel coming in on the tackle for the Bobcats.
So Epperson comes out, and the Bobcats have a little strength here in numbers on the defensive side of the ball. Looks like they've added a little help to that defensive line.
Yeah, that's why, you have basically McDaniel on the far side, then Perez, Jacob Bowen in here on the near side, Gavin Dieters, and then Clay Lazier in that linebacker position.
Back to throw. The quarterback puts it up, and it is, did he catch it or did it bounce? They say a catch.
Oh, no.
For a gain of 13 and a first down. Ryan Spoonhour, the guy who caught it, boy, it looked like it was very close to being trapped.
Yeah, based on Coach K's reaction across, I think they probably needed a replay if possible.
Well, take out your phone.
Yeah,
Go to Eagle 102. So a fresh set of downs and jumping offside of the Bobcats. And I tell you what, Spoonhour's putting on a little show there. He's getting awfully rambunctious.
Yeah. But these are the mental things that Bowling Green needs to, once the play's over, let them go. Reset yourself. Because that's all there is to it. Mark Twain is in Bowling Green's head. That's all there is to it. Offensively and defensively.
Yeah. I think it's getting pretty close to over the line, though. And no gain.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2nd and 5. Parago.
Bowling Green's Matthew McDaniel, along with Charlie Bowen and Deontay Fleming, collapsed on that running back, and as you mentioned, gave him no yards.
So it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line, 43-yard line of the Bobcats. Clock running down to 8:38 to go in the third quarter.
And another update after 3, Pittsfield still trailing 42-0. It's another rough week for the Sockies. And looking at the way Mark Twain's set up right now, they're going to run this ball. Yep. And there they go, right up the middle again.
They want to burn as much clock as possible because they don't believe that the Bowling Green offense can produce.
And so far, they've kind of sort of been right, let's be honest.
Apperson with a gain of about 2.5, so it'll be 3rd and 2.5 from the 40-yard line of the Bobcats.
And I don't know if not being able to trade out players defensively the way the Bobcats have the previous 2 weeks is causing a little fatigue or what, but Mark Twain just got another first down.
Yep, to the near side, Parago. And he flexes for the crowd.
Clay Lazier on the hit to knock him out of bounds. But as we mentioned, not before the first down. And here comes Jacob Grummel and Andrew Biggs coming in on defense to give Braden Perez and
knocking him out of bounds.
Jacob Bowen a break.
Stop the clock and let him make that change. But right now, Bowling Green almost jumped again.
Well, this has been their defense for the last couple of weeks, where they're jumping around trying to draw them off sides and to keep the offense confused as to where they're actually going to penetrate.
Epperson bounces off a couple of Bowling Green tacklers for a gain of about 8. Starks finally got him. Actually, they're only going to give him 4. He must have rolled forward after his knee hit.
Must have. Bowling Green has been, I say they look like they have ants in their pants, to be honest with you, because they're all jumpy. Nobody is getting set defensively, especially on the front 4. They're kind of constantly moving around. Then you have your linebackers, trying to juke to draw them off sides.
Timeout taken by the Tigers. With 7:21 to go in the third, 14-6. Mark Twain leads Bowling Green on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Twin Pike Family YMCA and Kathy Clean.
Tonight's Game of the Week is brought to you by Ann Lane Boutique, where trendy and classy clothing meets. Plus, remember to check out their home furnishings as well. Ann Lane Boutique on the square in Bowling Green.
Home furnishings?
Home Furnishings. They do have some in there. So they have some nice little knickknacks in there.
Gotcha. I'm sure my house will be full of them soon. Back to throw. And they're going for the end zone, and it is incomplete.
Hunter Smith was on his tail, but just off the fingertips, let's be honest. Spoonhour was laid out there, and he just rolled off his fingertips.
The deep ball has been a little too deep tonight for the sophomore quarterback, Peyton Hawkins.
But tell you what, if he gets on track with that, Mark Twain has definitely got a whole nother arsenal that they can break out throughout the rest of the season.
And for the next couple of years.
Yeah, being that he's just a sophomore.
So on 3rd and 6, they're going to run it. It's Epperson again to the near side. And he is brought down.
Gavin Dieters on the big tackle. Looks like Starks came in, and, he's kind of limping still a little bit from an earlier little tweak injury that he had, but he's back out there, and he came in and kind of cleaned it up as Dieters got him stumbling around.
No gain. It was Perigo, not Epperson on the carry. The way his shoulder pads were looking, it looked like the other one.
I know. I feel your pain. So now it looks like Epperson coming back into the game.
Yep.
So, Bobcats should be looking for him with the ball.
4th down and 6.
There we go. They're going to hand it off to Epperson. Looks like he's going to possibly run even on this near side.
High snap. They give it to Epperson, and he is brought down, and it's going to be a turnover on downs back to the Bobcats. He only gained 2. He needed 6, and Bowling Green gets it back.
I tell you what, he bounced out to the far and then cut back to the center, and I really thought that they were going to come back in this.
Officials timeout.
Why are we getting an
officials? Oh, no, they're going to. No, they're not going to measure. It's just an official's timeout with 6:24 to go in the third. 14-6. Bowling Green trails Mark Twain on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for ego, power beyond belief.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Mutual Insurance, and Bowling Green Tractor.
The Eagle 102 Game of the Week is brought to you by Todd Watts Realty, Calumet, Missouri, and Young Enterprises.
So the Bowling Green defense bent a little bit, didn't break, got the big turnover on downs, and take over at their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:24 to go, trailing by 8.
So Callahan back.
He's going to take off to the far side, gets around a pretty good hit. Now he loses the ball, and Mark Twain has it back. He got hit, and the ball just trickled away from him. And now he's going to say it's an incomplete pass, so no fumble on the play.
Yeah, it looked like they was actually trying to pitch it forward. He just didn't have a receiver there to pitch it to. So definitely understand why probably everybody thought it was a hit and came out. But we're going to go back, and this is going to call Patriot rule. His arm was going forward.
Yeah.
So why he didn't just tuck it there and go, I'm not 100% sure, but.
Well, he didn't like the
he didn't want to get hit.
That guy flying past him, the first guy.
Yeah.
He would have got lit up if he would have cashed in on it. And bouncing off a man, now pushed back.
And again.
Is Dieters.
Gavin Dieters. And again, there's that handoff that we were talking about, Mark. It's not a clean, smooth handoff. I mean.
We saw that a lot last week at Louisiana.
You're telegraphing it to begin with, and I understand that that's part of the play in a couple different scenarios, but it's just not working for the Bobcats this evening.
Didn't work for Louisiana last week either. So 3rd and 11 for the Bobcats. And here comes Callahan. Out of the backfield to the far side. This time he does not pitch, but he is brought down, and Bowling Green's going to have to punt it away.
4 and out is not the way they needed to get started again. I mean, they already had it, first possession. Now we're going to second possession. At this point, there's not much that we can say that we haven't already said.
Yep.
You know, this is just.
They're just not.
They're just not clicking.
Yep. 4th and 12 from inside their own 30. The punt, a pretty good one. It would get across midfield and almost muffed by the return man.
Yeah.
He'll take over at the 50-yard line.
Charlie Bowen came flying in and made contact.
Number 34 on the dive forward, Landon Moss. So about a 30, 35-yard punt, no return for the Tigers.
We'll see if we can get some updated scores for you as we're checking them out. Everybody's been kind of quiet right now, so maybe nobody's scoring here as the second half starts.
Well, you know, this one's been stuck at 14-6 for a while now.
I lied. Clopton scores again to make it 29-24 in favor of Clopton with 5 minutes to go in the third.
Thrown behind the intended target on first down, Braden McLeod. As Hawkins sold a little bit of a play fake there, dropped back into the pocket, and threw it about 2 yards behind his receiver.
For those out there who may have been with the Bowling Green game last week, Palmyra's quarterback Porter Lindenbauer had a 26-yard touchdown pass on 4th and 9 to tie the game 7 each with Centralia with a 2:52 to go in the third quarter.
A low-scoring one between two powers in that conference. Nothing there. Going to lose a yard.
And Jacob Bowen coming in big for the Bobcats.
The defense has really stepped it up here in the second half.
They have. And I tell you what, right now that defense is led by Jacob Bowen as he's done a great job out there. Deontay Fleming also. Just Coach talked about it in the preseason spotlight that we did. He's the wild card. You kind of never know where you're going to see Deontay, but if you're on the offensive line or on the offensive side of the ball and he's coming from the defense, you can expect him from anywhere.
4:12 to go. 3rd and 11 from their own 49 for the Tigers. And back to throw again. Puts it in the air to the near side, and it is incomplete.
Hunter Smith went up trying to block the pass. They kind of overthrew, thought maybe Callahan was going to come in and get that pick off, but it was just too far out of bounds.
There's a flag in the backfield and intentional grounding called against the Tigers.
Well, I'm not.
He was in the pocket, but boy, I thought it was close enough to the receiver.
Yeah, I mean, no, that is not what they called.
No, that's the signal.
Yeah, but they called chop block. They called a
personal foul instead against the Bobcats.
Yeah.
So that takes it down to the 35-yard line. I
couldn't figure out why Mark Twain was chanting, "You can't do that," like it was against you guys, but no.
Yeah, the signal looked like intentional grounding to me.
Yes, I agree with you.
So the Bobcats make a boo-boo on defense, and now an incomplete pass on 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line.
With 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, Vanpar trails Wright City 19-12. Remember, we'll have a full recap of scores for you online at KJFM Eagle102.net, plus tomorrow morning with Eagle 102 Sports beginning at 6 a.m.
4:01 to go in the third quarter of this one. Mark Fronick, Marianne Everhart. Week 3 action. Bobcats, they need something to change here pretty soon if they want to grab their first win of the season here on the road.
Epperson back in the basketball game. We can look for him probably trying to punch it up the middle.
Oh, a fumble. And the quarterback falls on it.
No. Bowling Green has it. Look at Charlie Bowen, the sophomore, coming in and scooping that up.
Boy, it looked like it was very close to them retaining possession. Mark Twain, Peyton Hawkins, he must have just been bobbling it as Bowen went over, and he was able to take it and roll on top of it for a first down for Bowling Green. A big turnover for the Bobcats to get it back here near midfield.
I tell you what, Hawkins has done a very good job this evening as a sophomore quarterback, and that's just one of those unfortunate things. But the sophomore, Charlie Bowens, who came flying in, I tell you what, you all watch for the next couple of years, Charlie Bowen's going to be a name you say a lot.
Bowen against Hawkins is going to be something you're going to hear a lot for the next 3 years or so. And now a run to the far side, and breaking at least 2 tackles is the Bowling Green quarterback, Callahan. to get about 4 yards.
Yeah, he was way back in the backfield, almost going the wrong direction again, and was able to find the hole and make something out of nothing there. So kudos to Callahan for getting back on the positive side of things.
Yep, probably ran about 15 extra yards to get 4.
Probably so, yeah. We see that quite often.
Uh-huh. On 2nd and 6. Callahan to the near side, chucks it off to Lane on the near side, and he breaks through.
Nick Brakefield.
Brakefield, yeah, and he's going to go. He's across the 10, 5, and touchdown.
No flags.
No flags this time as Brakefield, number 8 for the Bobcats, goes to the house. That was a 53-yard catch and run.
So I will refrain from any type of
a sideline warning against the Tigers as they were a little too close as Brakefield broke past them.
Yeah. Well, I was going to refrain from any ideas that I think what they should do here to get on the scoreboard. Real quick, Pittsfield gets on the board with a 9-yard run from Gage Granton. So now the score is 42-8 with 1:14 to go in the fourth quarter.
So now Bowling Green going to go for 2 to try and tie this game.
And we are down to 10 seconds on the
play clock.
Yep.
They put a man in motion. Callahan going to take it himself, try and run around. The defense tripped up, and he dives forward, and we're tied. The 2-point conversion is good. 3:05 to go in the third quarter. We're knotted at 14. A brand new ball game here in Week 3 on Eagle 102.
Pike County Hospice is proud to be your only local, not-for-profit, county-based hospice program in the area. Hi, my name is Corey Shepard, Hospice Program Manager. Since 1993, Pike County Hospice has been serving our community's families with integrity, compassion, and respect. This new journey is not easy, and we are ready to support you and your family through this difficult time. You have the choice of who will be by your side. By choosing Pike County Hospice, it will be our honor to serve you and provide the comfort and dignity yourself and your loved ones deserve. Contact us today by calling 324-2111 or visiting our website at pikecountyhospice.com.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Community State Bank, Bowling Green Chevy, and Family Drive.
Biggest play of this game, Charlie Bowen gets that fumble recovery.
Absolutely.
Sets up the little pitch out to Brakefield, who takes it 53 yards for a touchdown. And I tell you what, Callahan almost got tripped up for a loss on the 2-point conversion and was able to keep his balance and put it in. So unlike Week 1 against South Shelby, they do get the game tied here at 14 in the second half, as that kick is fielded high on the body of the Mark Twain player, and he's brought down, wrapped up around the 35, about the 33-yard line. That's where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
And let's see if that momentum that the Bowling Green Bobcats have been looking for, that swing, kind of carries them through the rest of the second half of this ball game.
I mean, they've been trailing in this one since the 7:56 mark of the first quarter. So to knot it up now and have the last 2 touchdowns on the board on their side of the ledger, boy, that's big for a second half team.
And that is true. Van Far scores and now trails Wright City 19-18. So they're looking to make a comeback as well.
So Hawkins takes the snap high and hands it off. And Perigo
is met by Clay Lazier.
Gain of about 3.5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
Another quick update from some area scores. Macon leads South Shelby 34-20 with 4:37 to go in the third quarter. However, Clark County game wrapped up against West Hancock as Clark County got the win 56-0.
So they get the goose egg, skunk them in Week 3.
With a minute 34 left to go in the third quarter, Brentwood leads Louisiana 41-14.
They go to the air on second down. This one's caught and brought down immediately. Going to be short to Spoonhour the first down, I believe. A gain of about 5. Be 3rd and 1.
So Bowling Green's defense needs to, whatever they were doing just, a few plays ago, they need to do that again because their defense was stellar that last possession of Mark Twain.
And they're going to take a timeout to measure, I think, to see if they get the first down or not. 14-14, 2:14 to go in quarter number 3 here on the high school football game of the week. And next week, the plan is to be at Van Far as the Van Far R6 Indians host the Clopton-Elsberry Indian Hawks, the battle of the co-ops of the EMO.
That is true. Some other scores from tonight, Mark. In softball, Bowling Green defeated South Callaway 11-5. Silex is on a roll softball-wise again this year as they defeated Community R6 5-3. And again, we'll have more scores for you during the Abel's postgame show coming up at the conclusion of the ball game.
So Bowling Green will host Montgomery next week for homecoming.
Yeah.
Mark Twain will play at South Callaway next week.
So they're saying that it was just short of a first down, which is kind of what I think you called.
Yep.
Bowling Green was in this situation not that long ago. Well, actually, it seems like it's not that long ago. It was back in the first half. Difference was, I'm pretty sure they were fourth in inches, where looks like Mark Twain is second in inches.
I think it's going to be, I thought it should have been third down. But
well, I thought it was too, but I was looking over at the down marker.
Yeah, it's.
So.
Well, yeah, it is third down.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't think they had changed it yet because it was 2nd and 7, and then they ran that play, and they will be very close. They get the first down this time. Epperson fell forward enough.
He did. I tell you what, he has a nice momentum of speed as he started in that backfield, and you know the way he's built, it's going to take basically a train to stop him once he gets in motion.
Those big old fullback shoulder pads. They like to rumble forward, don't they?
Yeah, they do. After 3, North Callaway has taken the lead over Clopton-Elsberry by the score of 30-29.
Oof,
it's a game.
That's a shootout at Clopton High School. 1st and 10, and they run through the coverage. Bowling Green was looking to blitz on the play. Deontay Fleming finally brought him down, but
not before another first down.
Yeah, Perigo. Watch those rushers rush right on past him.
So again, you know, Deontay Fleming, as we mentioned, he's a name that we're going to continue saying a lot over the course of this season. And I tell you what, to be honest with you, if a college doesn't pick that boy up, they're missing out on some great talent.
Athletic ability, that's for sure. 1.5 to go in the third quarter, and Mark Twain moving the ball on now a tie game. Another run for Epperson and Avery.
We're going to have, I believe, a face mask.
Yep, there's a flag right in the middle of the pile. It was good for 4 yards, and we'll see if what gets tacked on or taken away after that.
Yeah.
It is a face mask.
But it's
holding,
Mark,
rather.
Holding.
Yeah.
Holding against Mark Twain. Jacob Bowen comes up and says, absolutely, we'll take that penalty.
Yep.
Braden Perez is going to get a breather as Jacob Grummel comes into the to the basketball game. Listen to me, I'm already ready for.
Yeah, you're about
cool,
3 months ahead.
It's the cool weather.
Yeah,
gets me a little excited for basketball season. Comes in, and Jacob Grummel, as I mentioned, you know, he's a big guy.
Yep.
You know, he definitely takes up some room, and as Avery Epperson keeps going right up that hole, hopefully he can clog that for them.
It looked like Callahan was a little shaky after that last play, but he seems all right now.
Yeah, he's fine. Rubbed a little dirt on it. We're going back to the air.
And he throws it. Boy,
an interception by Austin Callahan.
Yeah, Callahan, no, he's fine. He takes it across the 50 to the 40 of the Tigers. And that was just an ill-advised throw as the sophomore made a bad decision. He was being chased down.
By Dieters.
He threw.
Whoa, did I hear a flag on the field? Holding against the Bobcats.
That's on the return.
That's okay, but still, if we're talking penalties, Bowling Green's got to clean theirs up.
Yeah, it'll still be Bowling Green ball. They just won't have it at the Mark Twain 40. The hold happened at the 45 of the Tigers, so it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 45, Bowling Green's own 45. But he jumped in the air, so he had absolutely no momentum, threw it back to the middle of the field, and that's something you never want to do when you're in trouble. And Callahan was the only one there. If that one hits the ground, it's intentional grounding anyway. Because I mean, he was he wasn't out of the pocket yet.
And I tell you what, if he didn't release it any quicker, Dieters was about to have a big sack. So, Unfortunately, the young sophomore wasn't in a position. He was about in a lose position.
Yeah, that's one you just got to take the loss. Callahan, he's back to throw on first down. Now he takes off to the far side, gets around one man, and is blown up by the next one. He's going to lose about 4 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, still tackled for a loss.
But only officially a loss of about 3.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing is that's probably the most time he's had to stand in the pocket.
Yeah.
And so really kudos to the offensive line for stepping up on that one. But Callahan at that point, we talked earlier about him making quick decisions. That was one of those times he did not make a quick decision.
Well, he made the decision that something was better than giving the ball away. That's exactly the opposite of what the Mark Twain quarterback did the play before. Now he throws one in between 2 defenders.
Well, he was aiming for Nick Brakefield, and if Nick Brakefield had gotten a hold of that one, I'm not too sure that he might not have been back to the house again as those defenders were split. However, it was just out of Brakefield's reach.
So it'll be 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12 maybe. They say 12 on the scoreboard. We'll go with it. 16.5 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
So it'd be nice if Bowling Green could get on the scoreboard again here before the end of the 3rd. I know it only gives them 16 seconds, but obviously doable.
Back to pass, and again, it's a short one to Niemeyer, and he gets some positive yards.
No,
he's still
he's
on
going
his
to go
feet.
for a first down.
Yeah, it looked like they had him for maybe a gain of about 7, and he blew through one defender and ended up getting another 7 yards out of it.
So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. 8.7 seconds here to go in the 3rd.
They'll wind the clock again once the flags are set.
And my guess is
that'll be it for 3 quarters of play.
I don't know. You never know with these guys. Yep, okay.
Now they'll walk off the field with the 3rd quarter in the books. 14-14. Bowling Green has come back to tie this game and are looking to get in the end zone again to start the 4th quarter in the high school football game of the week on Eagle 102.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. We've got something for everybody's budget. Everything from $1,000 all the way up to $35,000. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. If you're looking for a particular vehicle and you don't see it on the lot or the website, let me know, and I'll do my best to find it for you. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, Home Health and Hospice, Mid-America Auto and Towing, and Abel's Quick Shops.
Tonight's game of the week is brought to you by Kathy Clean. Just like our area athletes, they're suited up and ready to tackle your cleaning service needs. Residential or commercial, just give them a call at Kathy Clean.
Tied at 14. Bowling Green moving up the field. They put a man in motion on the first play of the 4th quarter. Instead, Callahan takes it himself down to the 35-yard line. Going to give him the 36, and it's going to be a pretty nice little 2nd and 5 for the Bowling Green Bobcats.
So now why, obviously, it is key Bowling Green can get in the end zone, preferably on this possession. The defense is going to have to come back out here and stop Mark Twain because you know they're going to push Avery Epperson up the field.
Well, and do you think Bowling Green goes into a little clock management mode here, try and burn some clock and then put it in?
I don't think so. I can say I don't think so, but I still think we're going to see Callahan run the ball a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's purposely to kill clock or if it's just.
Here he goes again to the far side, out to his left. He's got the first down yardage and finally brought down
I mean,
inside the 30.
I just think that's what's working for the Bobcats tonight. So I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily know if that means that they're trying to burn clock or.
Well, he stayed in bounds, or he went out of bounds instead of staying in bounds. So the clock stops on that play.
Well, they're winding the clock again. So maybe he didn't get out of bounds?
It looked like he did on the far side.
Well, it did, but, well, no.
Probably winding the play clock.
Oh, gotcha.
Put a man in motion to the near side this time. Back to throw is Callahan across the middle, and it's caught and then dropped. Niemeyer had it and then dropped it as he crossed the middle.
Well,
I think he caught it up high, and when he went to pull it down, he was kind of looking behind him or upfield already.
Yeah. And that seems to happen quite often. Get excited when you know they got it, and you sometimes just don't take care of the ball.
It was a well-designed play.
Yeah, to make sure that, you get to keep possession of it.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Bobcats. Clock down to 11 minutes, so a minute gone here in the 4th. And flag comes out.
And I chuckle. Flag comes out, and Biggs snaps the ball, and it's cleared back almost to the 50.
Yeah. It's against the Bobcats. It's another procedural penalty.
Was it delay of game?
I
thought that's what I heard him say, but I don't.
It probably did run out.
And apparently nobody can get the football to the ref.
Throw it past him this way, throw it past him that way.
Hot potato, hot potato.
So it'll be 2nd and 15.
What is that?
I think
was he giving himself a hug?
Everyone needs one.
And we are talking about the ref, people.
Yeah. Back to throw is Callahan on 2nd and 15. Comes to the near side with it. It's caught.
Again by Brakefield.
Was
it Brakefield?
Yep. He's brought down.
No, it was Austin Orff.
Austin Orff. Okay, there was an 8 and a 9 right there.
Yeah, they were right there together.
Now he gains 1 yard on that play. So it's still 3rd and 14.
Austin Orff is a name that we haven't said much this year, but I tell you what, the senior, is a big high jumper, so he can go high to get the ball if he can air it out.
Now he's lined up on the near side for Bowling Green. So looking for something upfield here on 3rd and 14. From just outside the 35-yard line, they put it in the air again, and they're not going to get 14 yards on that as he's pushed back forward. Progress was stopped, and then a little extracurricular after the play, no flag. So it's going to be 4th and 12. He gained just a couple.
Mark, I'm not going to lie to you. Right now, with the way Bowling Green's defense is playing, I would almost go for this.
Yeah, I at this point in the field and at this point in the game, send him out there. But it looks like Fleming's out there in punt formation.
He is.
So look for the fake. They need 12 yards, and he will pooch punt it. Boy, not much pooch there.
And
it will go into the end zone. Or did they down? Yeah, it is a touchback.
Yeah.
So
Bowling Green was trying to get there to get to down it, but not quite quick enough.
14-14 here in the 4th. Almost 2 minutes gone in the final quarter of regulation, and we're tied. Mark Twain there.
And to be honest with you, Mark, I don't know what that does mentally to the Bobcats that they could not score in that possession. They had a great run there to round down the 3rd quarter, but then at the start of the 4th, it's almost like another team came out again.
Yeah. I think they'll be all right if they can get the hold here. Start playing this field possession or field position battle, and instead they take it out to the 30-yard line.
And Gavin Dieters wraps up to get the tackle.
But it's very close to a first down.
Battle of the 32s.
He gains 9 on the play. It'll be 2nd and less than a yard.
So that was Perigo kind of limps off over here on the sidelines. We have to walk that off a little bit.
So that'll put Avery Epperson back in as the featured back here for 2nd and 1. And that's his kind of game, short yardage guy. And the give is to Epperson, and he has, he's met. I think he got enough forward progress for the first down, and the official on the near sideline says yes, first down for the Tigers with 9:43 to go in the 4th.
So another quick scoring update. Louisiana gets a score as with 6:12 to go in the 4th quarter. Brentwood leads Louisiana 41-20. Also another score from Wright City as they lead at 25-18.
So everyone scoring, but
not here.
Us here, yeah. Mark Twain hasn't scored since 4 minutes into the ball game. But they have the ball, and they're looking to make some noise here. Over to the far side, and finally brought down across the 45 to the 46-yard line. That's Perigo, and another first down and another dance.
Well, and I tell you
for
what,
the Tigers.
Perigo, he got hit multiple times and it just bounced. Again, that goes back to Bowling Green not wrapping up. You've got to wrap up. That's just all there. I mean,
yeah, you can
say it till you're blue in the face, but until they actually do it, they're going to have runs like that.
You know, you want to be boom squad or whatever, lay out the big highlight reel hits, but dudes can bounce off those.
Yes, and they obviously are.
Another run for Epperson. Nothing there this time. He's dropped for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And we got a flag on the play
for the Tigers, and we'll see which way this moves.
And that looks like that might have been Charlie Bowen with the tackle again. It looks like it's going to go against Mark Twain as they were looking for the.
It's a hold against the Tigers.
Yep.
So it's going to be 2nd. Are they going to? They put it back to first down on the far side. Yeah. So it's going to. They're going to take 1st and 20 or 1st and 19.
Well, it's
Clay
Lazier making the call. Yep.
They will enforce it or accept it. Or both.
Yeah, whichever. We're good. You know what we mean.
They accepted it, so they enforced it.
Yes, you know what we mean.
Yeah. 3 minutes gone here in the 4th.
So with Epperson back there again, it looks like we're going to look for another one possibly up the middle.
There's Avery on the carry, still on his feet. He got the 10 yards back. So instead of no gain to get to the 45, he gets a 10-yard gain to get to the 45. We're in the exact same spot we would have been, except for 20 more seconds off the clock.
Well, the clock continuing to run. It is 2nd down. Looks like they spot him just a little, well.
Mark Twain would love nothing more than to just methodically move up the field and score as time expired.
And Bowling Green stopping them there as that's a big hit in the backfield from Jacob Grummel, the senior coming in. As this is his first full season with the Bobcats in several years, so he's able to stop.
They got about 2 yards, 2 full yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 8.5, almost 9.
They threw 9 up there. We'll take that. So really, Bobcats defense needs to, I know they've got to be winded and tired at this point, but they need to dig deep into that tank and hold them.
7:42 to go in the 4th. Big 3rd down here. High snap. The give is to Perigo, and he ain't getting past the 50-yard line.
No.
Gain of 2, and it'll bring up 4th down from midfield.
Jacob Grummel, Matthew McDaniel, and I believe Charlie Bowen again. Oh, no, Gavin Dieters were all 3 in on that tackle, and they stopped any movement. And it looks like it's going to be 4th and 5. And really, at this point, I don't blame Mark Twain. Bring Avery Epperson in and see if he can punch it right up the middle. He's had good luck with that.
I think they're going to go for it on 4th.
They are.
4th and 5 from midfield.
I can't say I blame them. But Bowling Green's defense better be prepared.
Here we go. And
they
got him to jump. They got him to jump, and it's going to be a 1st down for the Tigers. And the coaches next to us are not happy. I heard a lot of chairs moving around in a excited fashion, and it is a 1st down to the 45. And that's That's something else right there.
I tell you what.
And Coach K wants a measurement.
Well, and I can't really say as I blame him. It does look, from where I'm at, which is directly
It
across.
looks close.
It looks like it's going to be a link off.
So they'll take a timeout to measure. 6:57 to go. And this is a big measurement, very big measurement.
It is, and
because it would be a turnover on downs.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, it wouldn't, because they still have to run the 4th down play.
No, that was 4th down. It was 4th and 5.
Yeah, they didn't run a play, though. There was a penalty.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a hold from Bowling Green, and that's short. It's short. So good call by Coach Kriedemeyer.
Now the key is I mean, Bowling Green, boys, you have to know that Epperson is coming with this football.
Uh-huh.
You have got to use everything in your power.
Yeah, I throw everyone up the middle. Everyone. 4th and chain link. 6:50 to go. Bobcats set. The Tigers set. And it's fumbled. It's fumbled, and he's brought down for a sack. Who finally got him?
Gavin Dieters.
Gavin Dieters.
No. That's Charlie Bowen again.
Charlie Bowen comes up with another huge play for Bowling Green. And now we hear chairs moving on the other side of the press box.
Well, I tell you what, I told you before, Charlie Bowen is just on fire tonight. And I tell you what, he is a great kid all the way around. And he's one of those kids, Mark, that he's just excited. He just wants to, honestly, he just wants to go out and hit somebody. That's all he wants to do. He loves that part of it. When you hand him the ball, he runs, north to south. He doesn't run east to west. And when he, you saw it right there when he goes into tackle, he goes full force to get through there. And he gives 110%, 100% of the time.
He gets a big sack here. Timeout on the field, 6:41 to go. Bowling Green will take over 1st and 10 from the Mark Twain 45 when we come back on Eagle 102.
Hello, this is Mary Millen from Community State Bank of Missouri. Some financial institutions make you go through a lot of red tape to get a loan. But at Community State Bank, we try to keep things simple. When you talk with us, you're talking to the people who make decisions. Next time you need a loan for whatever reason, come see us. You'll be glad you did. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by All Parts, Perkins Electrical Service, and Spring Hollow Coffee.
The Eagle 102 Game of the Week brought to you by All Parts, Perkins Electrical Service, J&D Tire and Auto.
Send a man in motion. They give us up the gun on 1st down for the Bobcats.
And that's Gavin Dieters.
Dieters will gain about 3, it looks like, and to bring up 2nd and 7. A long 7. They'll probably say 2nd and 8.
Mark, another area score update. Hannibal Pirates having a rough thing as they're starting 0-3 on the season. The Bolivar defeated them 25-0.
So big second half surge from Bolivar. That one was 7-0 for a while.
Yeah, it was.
Clock moving, midway point of the 4th quarter. Big sack on a 4th down and inches by Charlie Bowen. And now here comes Callahan into the secondary across the 30 to the 20-yard line. Still on his feet inside the 15, very close to the 10-yard line. And a 1st down for the Bobcats has them set up deep in Mark Twain territory, looking to take their first lead of the night.
Mark, a final as Centralia defeats Palmyra 10-7.
Palmyra, they've been in some tight games this year.
They have.
And a timeout taken again, I think this time by Bowling Green with 5:44 to play. 14-14, Bowling Green will have it 1st and 10 from the Mark Twain 12 when we come back on the high school football game of the week from Eagle 102.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Pogue Ford in Bowling Green.
Start of the fourth quarter at Wright City. And let's see here. Wright City leads Van Far 25-18. That's the latest score we have from there.
Right.
Here it's 14-14, and Bowling Green at the 12-yard line. There's another first down to be had as Callahan looked one way to hand it off, and this guy was going the other way. He falls forward for a couple, though. And it'll be 2nd and 9. Miscommunication again, but he was able to get something positive out of it.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm not sure who that was on. This Parker was in motion and went from.
It looked like Gavin went to his left, and the ball went to the right. Here is a feed to Gavin Dieters. He bounces off a man. He's inside the 5. Is there a flag on the play? There is. And looks like it's going to be a hold against the Bobcats. Or no, it's going to be a sideline penalty, I think.
It is against Coach. They're talking to the Mark Twain coaches.
And there was a lot of finger pointing.
There was a lot.
And shaking. It's against.
Didn't they just already have one? They already had one sideline warning.
Yeah, that was in the first half.
Oh, so you get 1.5? Is that how that works?
We'll say so.
Okay. With 7 minutes to go in the football game, Wright City scores again, leading Van Far 32-18. And I think Coach K is questioning this. I thought after the first warning, a penalty was assessed for anything else.
Well, if they do end up calling a penalty, and I don't know. I don't think they're going to.
I don't think they are either. That was, and again, that probably just my dreaming something up. But I thought you were allowed.
They picked up the flag.
Okay.
So no penalty on the play. So it's 3rd and 2 from the 4 for Bowling Green. Trying to cash this one in. Come from behind. And here's Callahan. Cuts it in, and he is stopped short of the end zone, but I think he's got plenty for the first down.
Yeah, I was going to say, they threw up the first down, so, you have, 4 downs to get basically 4 yards.
Which seems easy enough unless you're a fan of the Carolina Panthers.
Well, if you're a fan of the Carolina Panthers, we need to talk to you about your quarterback to begin with.
I know quite a few Carolina fans here in the area.
Why?
Some of them came from outside the area.
Okay.
Others, I think, jumped on that bandwagon that year they were good.
When Cam Newton was normal?
Yeah. Here's a run for the end zone.
We've got a touchdown.
Takes the lead. Is that Dieters?
I can't see. It's too far.
It's too far?
Gavin
Dieters on a 1-yard run with 4:30 to play, and Bowling Green grabs the lead for the first time.
For the first time all season.
True. Very true.
That is their first one for the season. At the end of the third quarter, Monroe City leads Highland 46-12.
They're going to go for 2 here, it looks like, to try and take an 8-point lead on the Tigers.
And
There's
back
the
to
give.
Dieters.
Dieters is met and no good. So the lead is 6 with 4:30 to play, 20-14. Bobcats lead the Tigers from Mark Twain High School on Eagle 102.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Ingram Plumbing, the Mercantile Bank, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, the comeback Bobcats.
Kind of reminds me again, a little bit reminiscent of a couple years ago. They've held Mark Twain scoreless at this point
Yeah.
since the first half. Yeah, I did. That was me knocking on wood. Because, again, Mark Twain definitely nothing to shake your head at. I mean, they have, with 4.5 minutes, they definitely have the ability to come back and get in the end zone.
Yeah, the thing is, they scored on a kickoff return for a touchdown on the opening kickoff, and then took advantage of an interception for a short touchdown. They haven't done much else tonight
That is true.
offensively. I mean, they look like they're moving the ball,
They
but
do.
then every drive is stalled out at one point or another, or they've turned the ball over back to Bowling Green. High kick. As Bowling Green up by 6. And
I'm
they'll
not
take it.
going to lie to you, Mark. I just about got a little nervous. I was thinking I was back in the first play of the game.
Yeah. Takes it out to the 32-yard line. 4:25 to play. Bowling Green gets a stop here. The game's over. It's as easy as that.
Well, you know, Bowling Green's defense has been stellar here in the second half, truly. And a lot of that's coming from Charlie Bowen. He has had a huge second half. But the key here is to keep that up. Don't rest. Don't get caught sleeping.
He has definitely been a prime-time performer as they come to the near side through the air and met and dropped at the 40-yard line.
Hunter Smith. And that time, guess what, Mark? He wrapped up.
Yeah, he did.
He wrapped up, and he stopped them from getting any more yardage than needed. For a minute there, I was a little worried that he was going to be able to shake Smith loose. Smith's not a big guy by any means.
Yeah.
So
Spoonhour on the 7-yard reception brings up 2nd and 3, but we're down to 4 minutes.
we have a final. Brentwood defeats Louisiana 41-20.
Well, they got some points there in the second half of that game, didn't they?
They did.
And a run on 2nd down, and Epperson was brought down short, but then he fell forward for a first down. They'll move the chains. That'll stop the clock. 3:45. They'll start it again once the ball is set.
And this is what we were talking about. You know, they're capable of moving this ball on the ground.
Mm-hmm. What they haven't shown they're capable of is putting it in the end zone since the first 4 minutes of the game.
Don't you jinx it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying those are the facts so far.
Those are the facts, yeah.
They put a man in motion to the near side. He's dropping back to throw. To the near side, Hawkins connects across the 50-yard line and knocked out of bounds. That'll stop the clock as the Tigers go into Bowling Green territory. There on the reception is number 34, Landon Moss.
Stopped in there by Deontay Fleming.
Knocked out of bounds with 3:21 to play. And it is a gain of 6 into Bobcat territory to the 48. Bobcats looking to bend but not break here in the final 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes now. Back to throw again. 2 pump fakes for Hawkins. He's in trouble. And he is brought down.
By who?
Bowen.
Charlie Bowen. That is his 3rd sack of the game.
And that'll take them back to their own side of the field, back to the 45, and it's going to be 3rd and 11. Perez was also in the neighborhood, but we'll give the sack to Charlie.
So it looks like Andrew Biggs is going to come in now for Matthew McDaniel. No, for Jacob Bowen.
We're under 3 minutes to play. So another minute and a half gone, and they're going to try and run it to the near side.
And
Not much there.
No, that was an initial hit in there by Perez, And then looks like Clay Lazier came in to clean things up.
Yep, Lazier credited with the tackle. A gain of about 2, so it's 4th and 9 from the 47-yard line. The 47 of the Tigers.
I'm not sure what we're doing here as changing up defenses. Looks like we've only got
Well, you gotta
three
look
up front.
you gotta look past now.
Yeah.
On 4th and almost 10. This is the game right here. Back to throw. To near side. He's got him on the far side, and it's incomplete. Incomplete. A turnover on downs, and Bowling Green has 2:10 to kill here to win this ball game and get in the win column for the first time this season.
Well, and you know what? I see the team excited. Glad to see them excited here. Others excited, but 2:10. It doesn't take much. It only takes one bad play for this to go south.
Yep. You protect that ball. Nothing in the air.
Nothing. You hold on to that ball.
The only thing in the air at this point would be a punt to get it farther away from your own goal line. So 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. 2:10 remaining. They're up by 6 and a timeout taken, or whistles blowing. Mark Twain takes the timeout. We'll take 1-2. 20 for the Bobcats. 14 for the Tigers here in Week 3 on Eagle 102.
B&B Automotive in Bowling Green is home of the low $50 shop rate. No job is too big or too small. Vehicle detailing, tire rotation, car maintenance. Just give them a call and see how they can help you with all your vehicle needs. At B&B Automotive, they have hours to fit your schedule, Monday through Friday, 3 until 11 p.m., Saturdays from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. With ASC certified technicians on site, you can find Jeremy and the gang at B&B Automotive on the corner of Business Highway 61 and West Main in Bowling Green.
Follow your area teams throughout the season, in person, on air, and online by staying tuned to your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust and Mike's Tire and Service Center.
There's just 2:10 left in this game. A timeout was taken by Mark Twain, who trailed the Bobcats for the first time all night, 20-14. Bobcat ball.
And another update as Pittsfield drops their second of the season. They fall 42-8.
Well, this could be something for the EMO standings here. High snap. Give, no.
Callahan keeps.
Kept it himself, and he fights for a first down into the secondary, still on his feet, and he's going to get all the way down to the end zone. Did he get in?
Touchdown.
No, touchdown. Yes. Bowling Green, and that's the ball game there. 26-14 with 1:56 to play. And Callahan, boy, a little breathing room is always nice, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Ends up being, 42-yard touchdown?
I believe you are correct.
With 1:56 to play, and that sends a lot of folks heading to the parking lot.
Well, this is what Bowling Green needed. We talked about him being, or you talked about him being a second-half team.
Yeah.
So, they definitely lived up to it.
They're going to try and kick the extra point. The first one they tried to kick was blocked.
As George Niemeyer set for the kick, as soon as Brakefield calls for a snap, he's going to let it get all the way down.
There's the kick, and it's blocked again.
No.
Picked up.
Oh, come on.
It hit the ground first before Brakefield was able to scoop it up. So
I thought it hit off one of the Bowling Green players.
Yeah.
Look at them. They all did too.
Well, 26-14 is our score. The Bobcats are now in control of this game. They've scored the last 4 touchdowns to come from a 14-point deficit to lead this thing with under 2 minutes to play. What did I say, 42-yard?
I believe that is what you said.
Callahan run.
Montgomery County now leading South Callaway with 8:36 to go in the fourth quarter, 47-14.
We'll keep it here through the kickoff as the Bobcats looking like they're going to pick up that first win of the new year.
And I'm pretty sure a much-needed win for their mentality.
Yeah. Things looking a lot more fun and festive on the Bowling Green sideline as the cheerleaders go through the
there's a few more
jumping
smiles.
jacks. Yeah.
There's a few more smiles now, that's for sure.
And how big is just that decision by Coach Kevin Kriedemeyer, to ask for a measurement?
Can we make him player of the game?
Oh, he. I don't think anything he's done has eclipsed Charlie tonight. Yeah,
Charlie Bowen.
But that was a huge call from the sideline. Hey, that looks like it might be short.
That might be a little short.
Can I have a measurement? And they ended up giving him the measurement. It was a link short. There was a sack on the next play by Bowen. As this one's squibbed.
And they get
brought down. All right, just across the 30-yard line, minute 52 to play. And you're up by 12 points.
Well, we have another final. It looks like North Callaway was able to rebound. They defeated Clopton-Elsberry 46-29.
Wow. That's a pretty high scoring one there.
Well, and I tell you what, to be honest with you, it's a little bit of a shocker as, Clopton-Elsberry basically led that entire game.
Uh-huh.
So, again, you can find a recap of scores on our website at KJFM-Eagle102.net.
And this game will be in the archive as well. As they get the snap, they're going to go pretty much all to the air, but taken down, yeah.
And that was Gavin Dieters, I believe.
With a big sack.
No, that was Charlie Bowen again.
Are you kidding me?
No, it was he and Gavin Dieters. I mean, you'll have to credit both
half
of them.
Half sack apiece, but it takes it back to the 24-yard line. And the clock now down to 1 minute and 27 seconds left in this game. Bowling Green will go to 1-2. Mark Twain will go to 1-2. This has been quite a game here in week 3.
This has been a good game. And it really is the tale of two halves.
To the near side, they hook up there, get around one tackle and knocked out of bounds. The clock will stop on the catch by Ryan Spoonhour, and we haven't seen it much flexing or signaling for first downs here lately. I can't get too mad. I like the Mark Twain gang.
They are, and we appreciate Cody McCann and the staff from Mark Twain letting us set up here this evening. They've been very hospitable, and this was a good game.
Very good. We haven't done a stinker yet this season in the first 3 weeks. That's
good way to jinx us.
You accused me of jinxing earlier.
I know.
And we ended up with a 12-point lead as this one is caught
Mark,
at the 41-yard line.
If I don't say it, then it's going to jinx. Isn't that kind of like the knocking on wood? You have to.
You jinx the jinx?
Yes.
All right, I'll let you have that one. Another catch by Spoonhour makes it 4th and 2 from the 40-yard line of the Tigers with 1 minute to go.
So don't forget we've got more Game of the Week action for you next week as we'll be at Van Far as the Clopton-Elsberry Indian Hawks look to pick up a conference win.
Yeah. Indian Hawks and the Indians. 6:30 pregame.
Macon defeats South Shelby 49-28.
And they'll get very close to the first down. Yeah, they do get it with the second effort. That'll move the sticks with 56 seconds to go. But you're kind of just delaying the inevitable here. There is a flag on the play, and we'll see who it's against. If it's against the Tigers, and it'll negate the first down. And it looks like it is in the area of holding. Nope. Sideline again.
Is it Mark Twain sideline?
Yeah. Oh, assisting the runner.
I don't know what that is. I've never heard of such a thing.
Well, it's a.
So one of the players on the
penalty,
one of the players on the sideline may have touched the runner. Is that?
No, I think they're saying that guys got behind him and put. I don't know what they're, or maybe he vaulted off a teammate or something.
I don't know. I've never in my life heard that call.
Well, it's 4th down now and about They'll move it back. It's 4th and about 4. So that negates the first down, and here come the Bobcat defense, and the pass is incomplete on the near sideline. A turnover on downs. Back to Bowling Green, and they can just kneel it out from here.
They can, but will they?
They will.
Are you sure? You want to bet on that? I mean, you have been right all night, so I'm giving you the opportunity.
I don't know. How much do I got here?
More than me, I guarantee it. I mean, we just called timeout.
Well, they got to discuss victory formation.
They're not familiar with that this year. Yes, that was mean. I can say that.
Yeah, you're a mom, I guess.
I am. If anybody's going to give me a hard time about it, it's going to be my son, who unfortunately has been standing on the sidelines all night chomping at the bit. So I'm going to give our injured players a little bit of kudos, because I tell you what, I've seen a whole bunch of them over there jumping up and down and clenching fists and everything else. And so
live and die. That's with every play.
With every play.
26-14, 52.5 seconds to go. The Bobcats going to pick up that first win. Tigers are going to drop their first 2 at home after winning on the road in week 1.
Mark, what did I just tell you?
Well, maybe they'll run around a little bit. Yep.
So bless his heart, there's a whole bunch of Bobcat faithful out there who played years ago that don't quite understand why Bowling Green never goes under center. We're not even going under center for the victory formation, folks.
Different victory formation. He kneeled down from the shotgun.
Yeah.
Final 30 seconds, 18 on the play clock, so they'll have to snap it one more time.
Bless their hearts. Don't forget, during the Abel's postgame show, we'll recap scores from tonight, and you can find them on our website at KJFMeagle102.net.
There it is. Bobcats improved to 1-2. Mark Twain falls to 1-2. 26-14 is our final here in Week 3 on the high school football game of the week on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green, and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net, or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Well, big come-from-behind win tonight for the Bowling Green Bobcats, their first of the season, 26-14 over the Mark Twain Tigers, and big night by Mr. Bowen.
That's right. Charlie Bowen, I think you would put him down for, 3.5 sacks? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, and a fumble recovery.
So this young sophomore had a fantastic night, was the spark plug the Bobcats needed to kind of get things back on the right track after getting down early in the first quarter, 14-0.
Yeah, very early. 11:47 left in the first quarter. A kickoff return for a touchdown. The opening kickoff for Locondo Preston. 2-point conversion good, and Mark Twain led it 8-0. After an interception of Callahan, they get it back, march the rest of the way down the field with 7:56 to go in the first quarter. It's 14-0 as Perigo scores on a 3-yard run. The 2-point conversion this time no good to make it a 2-touchdown lead. That lasted for quite a while, almost an entire quarter, as at 8:35 remaining of the second quarter, Callahan scores on a 45-yard run to the right side of the field, or the right sideline. The extra point was blocked, and Bowling Green just trailed 14-6 to the Tigers at the half. In the third quarter, how about a little short dump-off pass, really, to Brakefield. Turns into a 53-yard catch and run for a touchdown to tie the game after the 2-point conversion's good. So Bowling Green, with 3:05 to go in the third quarter, has the game knotted at 14. It stayed that way again for 13 minutes as Bowling Green takes their first lead of the night. Gavin Dieters, a 2-yard run, 2-point conversion no good. 4:30 to go in the fourth, and it's 20-14 in favor of the Bobcats. Then with 1:56 to go, how about Callahan breaks one more off, a 42-yard run to the back corner, or to the pylon there, and Bowling Green wins this one 26-14. The extra point was blocked there as well. But it's a win, the first of the season for the Bowling Green Bobcats.
And I tell you what, we have Charlie Bowen on our way up here. Coach K will be making his way across here as well here in just a little bit. And Mark, we talked about it in the pregame. Whoever established the run game was going to win this game. We kind of sort of thought maybe we saw a little bit of that from Mark Twain in that first quarter, but I think probably in the end, Austin Callahan racked up the yards. He racked up the yards on the win, or on the ground this evening.
And really didn't even need the pass game. If either team controlled the passing game, it was Mark Twain. But they just couldn't keep that early success going. And the nightmare start on Friday the 13th for Bowling Green turns into a dream victory here under a full moon at Mark Twain High School. And we're joined in the booth. Let's see if I can get him in here. And that's number 33 tonight. Big night for you, Charlie. We had you down for, I think, 3.5 sacks, but there was a big one there after Coach called for the measurement on fourth down. They would have had the first. They had already signaled the first. It ends up a link short on the very next play. You sack the sophomore quarterback and get the ball back. How big was that play in your mind in the way this game turned out?
Sir, that was just a small part of the big plan.
Well, it was pretty huge, and that wasn't even your coolest play of the night. You had the fumble recovery, kind of rolled over the quarterback. It seemed like everything you did kind of turned to gold tonight. But like you said, it's a team game, team effort. Coach makes the great call to measure, and then Austin, boy, he was running all over the place tonight.
Yes, sir. That's just what our game plan was going in. We came in after halftime and made some adjustments, and we
can we have
capitalized on.
Can we have the PG version of what happened after you guys fell down 14-0 there in the opening couple minutes?
We just got inspired, and we weren't really ourselves in the first half, but we came out in the second half with more energy and more aggression and more will to play.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That was pretty good. Congratulations on the win tonight, Charlie, and definitely a big part of it. I know it's a team game, but boy, you were big out there for the Bobcats in this W, their first of the season. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
That's our primetime performer tonight. 3.5 sacks and a big fumble recovery for Charlie Bowen, number 33 for the Bobcats. And let's get Coach in here, and Coach K. We'll get to the bragging in a second, but that was pretty interesting that they weren't going to measure that first down. It ended up being a fourth down by a link, and then your sophomore comes up with a huge sack.
It's what it is, and what's funny is the white hat was calling it. He was calling it first down, and the guy on our side was like, no, which surprised me.
Yeah,
he did a good job and got him to measure it, and that was huge. And then Charlie makes a great play. Yeah, I can't say enough about our defense. Man, wow, we had a lot of kids have stepped up and make plays, and I'm proud of those kids.
You know, it seemed like they were establishing a run game and moving the ball well, but they just couldn't get it in the end zone after that first 4 minutes.
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where it's one of those things you talk about bend, don't break, and we don't really talk about that, but we tell them to snap, get them to snap it again, get them to snap it again, and we did, and it turned out well for us, and I'm proud of our kids for battling, and we could throw 3 or 4 more guys out there, you know, rotate them in and keep our kids fresh, and that's huge. And I'm proud of our kids the way, like you said, you know, because they were chunk, and then we'd just bow our neck and make a play, and then you get them behind the chains and you get them off the field, and it's huge.
Yeah, and for the young guys to step it up like that and take the place of some older guys that have dealt with some banged up, not in the lineup. That just speaks to their dedication and what they want to do for this team.
Exactly. We have a great group of sophomores that we've asked to do some things, and they've done a great job. Speaking how we're down 3 starting defensive players, and Charlie and those other kids have come on and played exceptional and done exactly what we want them to do. And so now we get fortunate up when those guys get back. It's like, well, what do we do with you? What do we do with you guys? Because our kids have played well, and we don't want to do anything with them that would affect their growth when they've played so well. So we have a great question ahead of us the next couple weeks.
All right. Well, we got the win. We got one in the win column now. Can we have a good start next week?
Oh, my God. Hey, listen, Montgomery just got up beating South Callaway by 30, so we're going to need a real fast start, you know. So,
4 good quarters.
Yes. We've played him at times this year. You know, we had a good half last week at Palmyra at the beginning of the half, and then we've had a solid first half against South Shelby or second quarter, and then this week we have a great second half. So, you know, with Austin back, I think we won't be so tight. Carl does a great job, man. Mark Twain was physical, and they were ready to play, and I don't know that we were ready to play, and they were, and they took it to us, and I'm proud of our kids battling back and getting a win.
Well, congratulations on the win tonight, and we'll see you again soon, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
That's Coach Kevin Kriedemeyer here after a 26-14 victory for the Bowling Green Bobcats over Mark Twain here in week number 3. So Bowling Green now 1-2, and Mark Twain 1-2, and we'll check the scoreboards around the area and wrap it up after this on the high school football game of the week on Eagle 102.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, thanks again to Charlie Bowen, our player of the game, for coming up and talking to us. He did a great job. First time probably in a post-game interview. He did a heck of a job.
Probably. And let me tell you what, a lot of people don't know this probably about Charlie because he's kind of one of those behind-the-scenes type of kids that, you know, I was very impressed, you know, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. That's how he is all the time.
And didn't want to take credit for anything.
No, it never does.
Share
never
the credit. Share the credit. Another thank you to Panna Conaway, Coach Conaway's daughter from Van Far, for sending us scoring updates all night.
as it looked like it was in the final seconds of that one. Wright City was up 38-18 on Van Far. So
as soon as we get that final, we'll be sure to pass it along to you. Other finals we have from tonight: North Callaway ended up defeating Clopton-Elsberry 46-29. It was Brentwood over Louisiana 41-20. Pittsfield-Griggsville Perry fell by the score of 40. It's okay, 42-8. I don't know why I jumped, but
it's scary. It's Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Centralia defeated Palmyra 10-7. It was Bolivar over Hannibal 25-0. Macon defeated South Shelby 49-28. And Montgomery County defeats South Callaway. Again, Montgomery County is going to be facing Bowling Green and next week at home. 53-21. Some softball scores: Bowling Green down South Callaway 11-5, and then it was a Silex over Community R6 of 5-3. We're assuming that Wright City is going to hold on to defeat Van Far, but again, as soon as
close to the end,
as soon as we get all those final scores, we'll have them updated for you right here on KJFM, Eagle102.net, plus Eagle 102 Sports tomorrow morning, beginning at 6 o'clock. So. Great job tonight, Mark. I mean, it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a fun one. It was a fun one tonight, and thanks for keeping me going. I only took the 10-second nap.
Only the 10-second nap.
You got to keep those to a minimum. Stay fresh. You pull yourself out for a play. You know?
Yeah. Well, we see people, coaches rotating people in left and right. Sometimes you just got to take a Kit Kat break.
Yeah, break me off a piece.
Yeah, so it is a final from Wright City. They defeat Van Far 38-18.
So there you go.
So.
That'll do it for week 3 of high school football. Again, next week we'll be at Van Far as Van Far and R6 host the Clopton-Elsberry Indian Hawks at 6:30 countdown to kickoff. 7 o'clock is the kickoff time in week number 4.
And reminder, tomorrow we'll be giving live updates from the Bowling Green Heritage Festival throughout the morning. Things going to kick off there at 9 o'clock. The parade starts at 10. You can hear updates right here on KJFM. So, for Mark Froenig, I'm Marian Everhart. You've been listening to the Eagle 102 Game of the Week on KJFM Radio.
You've been listening to the Eagle 102 Area High School Football Game of the Week. Tonight's game was brought to you by Bowling Green